Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We as them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Pumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con-Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And guys, I know you guys feel it in the air. It's one of the most beautiful weeks of the year. It's WrestleMania week. I can't believe it's here, ladies and gentlemen, and a whole lot of things to break down, talk about. Man, I've got to tell you, I am excited because we've got the biggest week of wrestling that's going down this week. We're running, driving, cruising on the road to WrestleMania, and no, there's really not much more pit stops left. We are almost at our destination, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys know, if you guys are longtime listeners, you guys know I don't take WrestleMania week lightly at all. I don't. I treat it as it should be treated, and that is a holiday. And usually, and because of that very reason, is why I had to put together and mix this and put this all together here. A really great and big WrestleMania episode. We got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to break down, a really big panel that is that's going to be on here, and I'm going to bring them on, and I'll bring them on here and bring them on individually. We got, once again, we got a whole panel up in here. Look at this, y'all. Big panel here. And I got to start it out with my man who does his things on Fridays. He covers all things SmackDown. That's my man Grunmeister. He's here to party with us. Hit the big WrestleMania 41 prediction Supershow. What's up, man?
Yo, what is up? This is insane because WrestleMania is next weekend and it's also Easter weekend. So hopefully y'all got some great plans.
Yeah, a lot of things moving, right? Like so much. It's going to be such a huge weekend. And man, I'm super excited for it. We've got a big Monday Night Raw that we're going to be looking ahead to, our final Monday Night Raw, our go home show. And usually when we're talking Monday Night Raw, I got to bring it to my man here who does his thing on Mondays, hosts a great show. That's of course the voice, Josh Joseph. What is up, man?
What is up, house? What is up, household? Grunts, friends, my friends, any chaos goblins out there? Hey, you know what I'm noticing? We got Grun and Kevin here. Two of the IYH Gingers, and Ginger Jesus pops into the chat.
What's going on here?
Oh my God.
What is going on here?
This is amazing.
We're taking over.
This is
oh my God.
See, Cartman was right. We need to get on this house.
It's epidemic, and that's just a perfect segue voice to my man over here who also does his things on Monday, and that's on Window Lickers. You guys do a great job talking all things Monday Night Raw. That's of course the Chaos Goblin, Kevin Calloway. What is up, man?
What up? We have so many heads here, we're almost blocking our own banners. I noticed that.
It's crazy, and it's a nice one. Like my man Hype put this together, producer of the show Hypocrisy Jones, and I was like, oh man, that is wonderful. But that's what he does there, because it's always smoky in High Philadelphia. It's my man, producer of the show Hypocrisy Jones. What's up, big dog?
Yo. What up out there, household? You know it's always smoky in High Philadelphia, and Hypomania is running wild, and I can't wait to get this fucking shit started, bro.
Yes. Sir, same here, bro. Always good times when we get a chance to come together and talk some wrestling. But it's an even better time because it's WrestleMania, the biggest time of the year. And fellas, I'm super excited because not only do we have the core four here to talk a little WrestleMania, we got the Chaos Goblin Kevin Calloway coming through, but that's not it. All right, that is not it. We had to make this big. We wanted to put a big panel together to come and talk about WrestleMania because the more the merrier when it comes to talking some wrestling in my mind. And every time I get a chance to see this cat, me and him, it's just like boom, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. We talking about it. The biggest things going on. He'll inbox me. Also, our Pacers are going number 4 right now. We get the home court, bro. We gotta love it. We gotta love it. We looking sharp right now. That's my man, referee Aaron Grider. What is up, man?
What is up? How's it going, everybody? Hope all is well. WrestleMania week is my favorite week of the year. And it is, I'm a big Christmas guy, as many who know me know. This is my second Christmas, and this is fantastic. I fly out for Vegas in less than 72 hours, and
my God.
Whoa.
I can't believe it. I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
With any luck, we will finish this show before I have to get on an airplane and go to Vegas.
Oh,
God.
We're gonna try to keep the stream going until the last hour when you have to go.
Right.
You ain't even
Oh
packed
my-
up or nothing like that.
Nope.
Aaron, we got
You're going
time, but
as
I'll
is,
be
my
going to.
friend.
Oh man, Hype. You said you was gonna be in Vegas the week after that, right?
No, I will be leaving in I leave Tuesday night to go to Vegas.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
so it sounds
all
like
right.
me and Aaron will be around the same area. So
Hey, if you guys are in the same area, please take a pic together for me if you guys can. That'd be awesome.
I got you. Let's
That
make
would be
that happen,
fire.
Aaron.
That would be fire.
Where are you
But-
staying at?
We'll be. I believe we're staying around the link.
Okay, I'm staying at Excalibur. So
Okay.
Ooh, Excalibur.
Aaron, that's
Ooh.
my place. That is where
dude, I love
stay.
Excalibur.
Me
Excalibur
too. You
is
can
the
get
best.
drunk. You can see knights. You can see horses. It's
That's
so
the best.
amazing. It
Hell
is.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. I real hope you guys have a blast. Both y'all going out there. But man, we got my other homie on here. I get a chance to see him every time I go to a merge. He always does great camera work for many different promotions. Just this past Friday, he invited me to come hang out and raise some money with Cole Radrick on his stream. I got a chance to come on. I had a blast. I have fun with the fellas. My man, Austin Cohen. What is up, man?
What's up? Thank you for having me. It was awesome that you joined us on Friday. We killed it.
Yes. You shaving your head, bro. Your hair's been
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going. The man bun will die. It is what it is. Good for a good cause. That's what matters.
I'll keep it going for you,
Absolutely.
Austin.
That's what's up.
I appreciate that.
no worries.
It'll be back in about a year. Don't you worry.
Awesome.
Grows
Maybe,
fast, bro.
hopefully less.
He's like, hopefully less than that. Hey man, but like you said, for a good cause. Well, I had a blast, bro. It was a good time just kicking it and gaming and whatnot. But now I gotta return the favor for your invite and bring you on here to In Your House and talk some WrestleMania because we got a big panel here and a lot of cats who like to talk. So we got to keep it concise here as much as we possibly can. We are going to give you guys out there in the household our WrestleMania predictions, every last match, every last situation. That's what this podcast is all about. So, hey, if you guys are listening, if you guys can hear the sound of our voices, go ahead and hit a Death Valley Driver on that follow button. Go ahead and subscribe to us. Give us
And any
give,
children around you. Just do that. Just hit any
Yeet.
children around
Yep.
you. Death Valley.
Yeah,
Drive.
yeah. If they have
Take
devices
after
do
John
the same
Cena.
thing on
He
their
hates
stuff,
the kids now.
Yeah.
Take them out.
Give us a follow, y'all. We appreciate all you guys already in the chat, man. We've already got the chat going. We're trying to keep
Chat
it
is
going
cooking.
here. Yes, man. It's jumping right now. We got our man Nick in there. Like he says, smash the like. Always appreciate him coming through. And Podmania, we're gonna talk about that. That's gonna be huge. We got that jumping. But I want our man, before we get into these predictions, because we got to just go over it real quick, and nobody goes over it better than our man, the Grunmeister. SmackDown, man, could you go ahead and give us some of your thoughts, your opinions, and what went down on this past Friday's SmackDown?
Well, this past Friday's SmackDown, we had Randy Orton telling Nick Aldis that, well, Randy doesn't owe Nick anything. He doesn't deserve a fine, doesn't deserve anything because he already paid the fine in advance. It's Nick Aldis saying he needs Randy's respect. Now, they definitely tease the idea that Randy Orton will have a match at Mania, and it will be against Nick Aldis. That is the tease. I can see them swerving us and maybe making it Aleister Black or a returning Rusev. But also, Tiffany Stratton was attacked twice by Charlotte Flair on this show. Once before the show started, and after her match with Roxanne Perez, which was very good. But we had more teases on a possible multi-tag team match at WrestleMania for the SmackDown tag team titles. We had what else? We had LA Knight and Randy Orton team up to take on Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. And we had Cody, which is probably the biggest thing that happened on the show. Cody Rhodes displayed every version of the WWE, WWF, and WWF championships from the entire. That was. They are making this so huge that it's almost guaranteed that regardless of who wins, there is going to be a new title design on the Raw after Mania for the WWE Championship.
Man, so real quick, I just want to stay right there and kind of open it up to the panel, because when we do the WrestleMania predictions, it's like I said, we got a structure, ladies and gentlemen. We want to talk all things WrestleMania, but we know we got to get y'all out of here. We can't have y'all here for the next 24 hours listening to us talk. But I want to open it up here. I want to get some thoughts here, and I want to start it with my man, the Chaos Goblin, Kevin Calloway. Cody, his promo that he cut, the titles in the ring, the presentation of it, how he broke down every title one by one, and I just thought it was, to me, I thought it was masterful. It kind of made more meaning. And of course, the mindset in my mind that he's trying to defend the WWE Undisputed Championship on behalf of the people because John Cena wants to take it away from the people. I just want to get some of your thoughts real quick, Kev, on that segment.
And that's exactly what it was to set up, really. Realistically looking at it, I can't imagine any other reason they would book it. There is a secondary reason, though, looking at business-wise and looking at kind of like not everyone will know the histories of everything. So because they won't know the histories of everything, you have a lot of new fans. You have a lot of kids who don't know anything about the WWF. They don't know anything about those Winged Eagle belts. Like, that explanation allows them to get further into the lore that is WWE without having to go back and watch 10 million things. So it kind of brings everything together, and it really creates an us versus him mentality, or an us versus them if they were to go with the Rock route with anything, regarding that, because he hasn't popped up again. And it leaves that open so that everyone can rally around Cody. And like, Cody is the guy. We got to stop Cena from taking this away from us. We got to stop him from taking our lunch money. We got to beat the bully. It was very, it was simplistic in idea, but masterful in delivery is how I would describe it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I see my man Aaron over there percolating a little bit. I could tell, bro. I could see it. Aaron, what you think, man? What was your thoughts on that segment from Cody Rhodes?
So I want to talk about that, and then I want to talk about something else really quick too. But
absolutely,
the segment was great. Like, it was really well done. Like Kevin said, talk about the bully taking away the lunch money, really get everybody to rally around Cody, because there was a period, I would say, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, where you would hear a smattering of people against Cody. Like, not a lot, but you would hear a couple boos here and there. But now it's pretty much like, oh no, Cody is our guy. Cody is the guy. He's our hero against the big bad villain. Now, to me, the two things that really stood out are things that did not happen in a match or in the ring on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that WWE does really, really well, better than any company on the planet, is if you haven't been watching the program, they put together video packages with the history. If you didn't know the history between CM Punk and Paul Heyman, let's face it, not everybody knows all of that history. They just don't. They're not all wrestling nerds like we are. You have to cater to the mainstream fan who doesn't watch every second of every video. So that video package, I messaged a couple people immediately. I was like, that is why WWE is where they are, is because of video packages. Like, if I hadn't watched 6 months, or this is the first show I've been watching in 5 years, I'm all caught up. I'm ready for WrestleMania. But to me, the best thing that aired on SmackDown, and I have loved this feud for months, the Naomi and Jade Cargill video.
Oh, man. Let's talk about it.
Fire. Absolute fire. And that feud is one of the best builds of the whole card, without a doubt. Like, easily, without a doubt, the whole card. And it was phenomenal. And I think the match will deliver. I really do. But that video package was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, oh my God. Just the presentation of Naomi, and I think I said it in our group chat, fellas, that this was probably Jade Cargill's best promo. Like, I'm a supporter of Jade Cargill. I think she's got it for sure. Only thing is that sometimes when, like, I think she had a problem with when you put the camera on her. Sometimes she has a problem with like she got to get that real out there, and I think sometimes she could sound a little manufactured. Not in this promo. She sounded real. She sounded vengeful. She sounded like she was ready for WrestleMania. I enjoyed it. And on the flip side of things, I enjoyed the slow descent into madness of Naomi. I mean, the razor blades all up in her hair. She's got a new badass catchphrase with proceed with caution. She's clicking on all cylinders for me personally. And I said it in the chat, and I have no problem saying it on this platform. I think sometime after WrestleMania this year, Naomi's going to be a women's champion again. I do. I think that she has made the shift, and sometimes it's a little bit slow when you're turning heel and you're still trying to figure it out. I think Naomi probably had this in the bag for a minute, because it seems like she went right to where she knew she wanted to go with the caution tape, with the new catchphrase. It is fire. But I want to ask my man Austin here, what were some of your thoughts on, because you're a production guy, man, as am I. So the presentation of this promo from Naomi and Jade Cargill. Give me some of your thoughts on it, and then some of the thoughts on the promo package just as a whole.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We did that stream for 7 hours. I haven't got through all SmackDown yet.
You got to see it.
I haven't seen it yet.
That is a must watch.
Yeah, I saw the Cody promo and I saw the Randy promo, and I went to sleep.
Man, you were streaming for 7 hours, bro.
I was out. I was out cold. Woke up the next morning at noon and had to get ready to go to yeah. So
how that work goes, man. We know all about the work in the household, bro.
For sure.
So I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I'm sure it's great. The feud's been good so far. I've been here for it, but yeah, I haven't seen all of SmackDown yet.
So on the flip side, then, what was your thoughts on the Cody promo?
I thought it was great. I think it's really nice to have Cody with all those belts, right before John Cena takes it from him.
Dang.
Damn.
John Cena's winning it all, man. I'm sorry. I hate to bust everyone's bubble. That's what's happening. We represent here.
Oh man, you riding? All right, you riding for Cena? All right, so we'll get to you more. We'll get to you back because we got the predictions coming up. But I do want to get some thoughts Naomi and Jade's promo. Voice, I know you're somebody who we've raved about Naomi for a while, whether it be her run in TNA or her return to the company and everything. And then Jade, how, you know, she's been being presented, and I think now she's in a good lane right now. But I want to get some of your thoughts on the promo package between Jade Cargill and Naomi.
Well, honestly, call me Michael Keaton because I'm on both of these trains from the start. They've split me. I'm two people because I've been there for both of these chicks. And from the day one when they came in, everybody, I heard all the noise about Jade. I said, let her get behind somebody. Naomi comes in. I'm like, hey, there's your person right there. I've been calling for this Naomi heel change forever. And real quick, before I go any further, Adam, I seen in your chat in the chat earlier, you said you're looking for something to do for Mania. Stick with us. We will have plans for you to catch Mania in a unique way and a very entertaining way. So just stick with us and you'll see it coming up in the commercials. But back on to Naomi. My God, she's just this
On
this
another
mind
level.
on another level. She came back when she was told, hey, we need to let you go. She didn't take her ball, go home and pout. She said, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to show you why you need me in this promotion. And this, I called it. It took a year, but I called it. Naomi House, you know I'm with you. She's going to be champion right after Mania, if not Mania. Somehow, some way, Naomi's going to be having that one of those titles, and it's going to be fantastic. And the run she's going to have is going to be so much fun and so unique. And like I've been saying for months, I think a new Nation of Domination 2.0 is going to emerge. And
Man, you've been saying that for a minute.
dude, I've been saying it as long as I've been saying that these two women are going to overtake the women's division.
Man, I gotta tell you, bro, it's what they're building right now with this has been really good. Like I said, I'm big on just like the production stuff, but Hype, let me get some of your thoughts real quick before we really jump head, shoulders, knees, and toes up into these WrestleMania predictions.
Yo, so I thought that I'm in agreement with Aaron here. I thought the production for the Naomi and Jade kind of back and forth promo video was absolutely when I saw it, I immediately threw it in our chat. That was absolutely great. And I've been somewhat skeptical on this growth of Naomi, but I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it click. I'm seeing it kind of pull together. I'm seeing how where she's trying to take that character and where she can potentially take that character. And also on the flip side, man, I'm seeing that aggression out of Jade that not only can I see her work in ring with the little stuff that she's done with the different run-ins and things like that, but I'm also seeing her become way more comfortable on the microphone and in front of the camera and while talking. So all positives. Like we have, I know you guys are talking about Naomi being champion very, very soon, but the star power of Jade is really shining right now, and that's what I'm looking for. This is probably my sleeper match. Like before we get into WrestleMania talk, but that's probably my sleeper match of the entire weekend. I can't wait to see what those two ladies do, and what they do for themselves and women's wrestling. But as we talk about SmackDown a little bit, I loved I'm kind of confused on the direction of Randy Orton, where we're gonna send that, if he's gonna have a match, if he's gonna I kind of was thinking that he was gonna get inserted into the US title scene. And then that didn't happen at the end of SmackDown, so I was a little bit confused. So as we go into WrestleMania week and everything, I hope they kind of button that up by Friday and we figure out a spot for Randy Orton, as well as some sort of title match that is not on Friday for the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. I think we're advocating for a big multi-man match. I think we need that. We saw some hints of that on SmackDown, and I love that this week. So, but I hope I need them to button that up, because I think that's going to help complete my WrestleMania card, if I'm being selfish and honest.
Yeah, I definitely see why you would say that, because I think we specifically on the show have been calling for that for the last couple of months. I mean, and here's the thing, they've been doing a really good job building up their tag team division. I mean, they just
100.
have Street Profits are on top of it right now. You have DIY, who's always sniffing around. You got the Motor City Machine Guns that's always sniffing around. Pretty Deadly starting to kind of find their way right now and could find themselves in some situations, and then Los Garzas. And then you even have the outlier of Mellow Don't Miz that could come in. I mean, come on. That is a tag division right there. And the fact that there's not some sort of multi-man tag team situation going, little ladder match situation going. I mean, come on. It's almost criminal, because there's 4 or 5 teams that could compete right now. I'm a huge fan of tag team wrestling. Kev, I want to get some of your thoughts, man, before once again, we're going to jump into WrestleMania, y'all, but I'm trying to get everybody in here talking a little SmackDown, but specifically I want to stay here with the tag division. What's your feelings, man? Are you going to be cool with no Street Profit tag team title, man defense going on, or is it something you want? Are you cool? Where you at with that, bro?
I want it, but it's actually not for the Street Profits. I want it because I want Motor City Machine Guns to be on WrestleMania. Yep. Those two, I've known them since I trained through. They helped me through training. I got the pleasure of learning from them and rolling around with them. If there's anyone who knows wrestling as a tag team that's still around doing tag team stuff, it's them. There has been a marked increase, and the level of tag team action in SmackDown has gone up since they have been hired, and that is no coincidence. They deserve to be on WrestleMania, whether it be in some kind of multi-tag match or not. I think that's a good place to put them. We don't really have that. To me, we don't really have the chaos match that we're used to for Mania. I'm looking up and down the card. It's a lot of singles matches, some multi-man matches, but we don't have the chaos ladder match. We don't have the chaos whatever. I think a 4-team WrestleMania match would bring in that chaos factor, that almost the car crash factor.
Can I ask you a hard question real fast, sure. Kevin? So in our past, our last couple pay-per-views that we've seen, the tag team matches, they've kind of been the lull matches, and they've kind of lacked. Do you think adding TLC style match in what is it, the 18th anniversary of the very first WWE tag team TLC match, do you think it'll add that layer of needed spice to the tag team division? Not that it hasn't been building, but do you think it will make it that much better?
I think adding more chaos into it wouldn't be bad, as long as there's enough time to make it work.
You are the chaos goblin.
Stress times, which is really important when it comes to Mania, because it's like an all-day affair. It's an all-weekend affair. Right. So if you're running into a lot of matches with a lot of times on them, I would prefer it be the chaos match without the TLC if they don't have the time for it. But if they do have the time for it, and some of the other matches are going to run shorter on whatever day they intend on putting it, I assume day 2 based on the card, then I think a TLC match would be a really hot open, because then you can get all the chaos out of the way, all the craziness out of the way. Because I do agree the tag matches on the pay-per-views have been lull matches, but it's also because of how the pay-per-views and PLEs are booked now.
I agree.
Keep in mind the Royal Rumble, the reason that the tag match was the lull match is because it was a 4-match card.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
And you can't follow. It's hard to follow a Royal Rumble, just in general. Doesn't matter who wins. But even then, if we're looking at the Royal Rumble that that preceded it, it was Charlotte Flair winning, which took the air out of the room because it wasn't who the people wanted to win. And that's okay, but just know that your next match is going to have a hard job coming back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think that's more of what it suffered from in like the Royal Rumble scenario. So it's been more of where they've been on the card than it has been like bad matches. Cause I watched that match back without watching the Royal Rumble prior. It holds up way better.
Absolutely. I know that especially DIY and Motor City Machine Guns, they've been getting a lot of slack here lately on social media and different things about their matches not being so great. The past match with DIY and Motor City Machine Guns got some slack on social media. Now I'm lightly advocating that, look, yo, bro, like jet lag is real because you just came off of
that tour.
Just got off the plane.
A month-long tour of Europe, not being home, not being probably around their families and such. Probably some tiredness, but like,
sure. I
feel that Motor City Machine Guns and DIY are getting put into these spots where the fans are really, really turning their backs on them. And like, I don't want to see that. I want to see something that will help elevate them. And I'm not sure what we're missing from there.
Yeah.
So I want to I'm going to burst everybody's bubble. So there's not going to be a tag title match on WrestleMania. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm sorry, guys. Here's why. It's a combination of things. Number one, it's a combination of unfortunate circumstances. If Kevin Owens doesn't get hurt, I think we get a tag title match. But because he got hurt, now you lose that match. You added other matches. Mania Night 1 is 7 matches. Mania Night 2 is currently 6 matches. You've only got room for one more to make the card even. I love the tag division. I think it's great. I'm giving that spot to Randy Orton rather than I am the tag division.
I agree.
Now, with that being said, the reward for that is, and some people may not see it as a reward, but it still is, the Street Profits and Motor City Machine Guns are going to headline SmackDown the night before WrestleMania. They're probably going to get 20 to 25 minutes. They're going to tear the house down. They're going to get the weekend off to a great start. Yes, it's not WrestleMania, but it's still a key spot and a big part of the weekend.
It's a very good point.
So, I do feel for him, but I'm a Randy Orton guy. So we got to get Randy Orton on WrestleMania one way or the other. He's the bigger star. That's not a knock against any of them. They've all done great work. They will continue to do great work. But give them the main event on SmackDown. Give them 20, 25 minutes. They'll tear the house down. It'll be great. Get Orton on WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, good point. Good point. I think that's a good spot to cap that off on as far as SmackDown, because we have WrestleMania predictions to go through. We've got night 1 that is going down, and that's going to be real big. A lot of things going on, and man, we got night 1 to kick off. So let me go ahead and go through the structure real quick for everybody out there in the household that is listening or watching us here on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook Live. And then if you want to, listen along on demand on the podcast version on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. But if you guys want to join us, you can join us too. So we have a big panel here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go by one as I present the match that we're gonna be talking about. And everybody has 3 minutes to, if you give your pick and then why you think they're going to win, because I know it's not going to be easy as, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Oh, Naomi, next. Listen, we're talkers, so it's not happening like that. So 3 minutes for everybody. Hype is going to keep a watch on the clock. And if we get to the point, he's going to give a 30-second warning for you to wrap it up. But yeah, 3 minutes to get your pick out there and your explanation why. I think the order to do it is perfect as we have it across the board here. Aaron, Austin, Grun, Kev, voice, hype, and then I'll go last and give my pick because I'll be presenting the question or the match out there. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it right now. This is the In Your House WrestleMania 41 prediction Super Show with a big panel. First match on the card that we're going to be talking about. We're going to stay right there, actually, because we just gushed about their awesome promo and the build to this feud. That is Jade Cargill and Naomi. Aaron, this is a big match. You brought it up. You brought up the promo package, how great it was. Who do you got winning this out of Jade Cargill and Naomi?
I'm really looking forward to this match. I'm not going to get on the bandwagon of sleeper match. I've got that pegged for another match on this particular night. But I think it's going to be good. Naomi is the perfect first singles opponent for Jade at WrestleMania. 100%. The perfect singles opponent for Jade at WrestleMania. I think it's going to be a solid match. I think they probably go... I wouldn't go more than 10 minutes. I'd say about 10 is probably a good spot for this match just because you don't want to overextend Jade. You don't want to give her too much in her first really big singles match. I think Naomi gets some good offense in, does some good dirty tactics, but I think Jade goes over clean. However, little teaser for later. This will not be the last time we see Naomi in Mania weekend, as far as I'm concerned.
Ooh.
I like that.
So I have a prediction involving her later on.
Okay.
But for now, Jade goes over clean in this one.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Our man, Aaron Greider. I like that pick. But I got to throw it over to my dog, Austin. Who do you got, bro? Jade Cargill or Naomi?
So I'm in agreement with Aaron. I think Jade goes over clean. I think this is a nice little stepping stone. Like, it's a first Mania singles match. It's a nice little stepping stone to a title, whether that's the main or it's the IC or US. That's to find out later. But that's who I got. I got Jade. I won't use my entire 3 minutes.
Oh, cool. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, bro. Nice and simple.
Short and sweet, baby.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
certain that this 3-minute like timer thing will come into play later on. Later on, as we
100%.
talk about some deeper matches. So like, if you
100%.
don't use your entire time, it is perfectly fine. We just
Some are
wanna
more
keep
cut and dry than others.
absolutely.
If I go under now, can I bank it for later? Like, do I get
Yeah.
Look,
I'd like
can't
to
do
bank
math
my
like
2 more
that,
minutes.
but I don't know if I can do math like that, but like
Okay.
I got you.
Okay. All right. That's perfect. All right, cool. Grun, who do you think, bro? Jade or Naomi?
I gotta agree with Aaron and Austin. I think it is Jade. I think Jade. And the big thing is that this is Jade's first singles match at WrestleMania, and I do believe she needs to win it. Naomi is not in a point where she needs the win. What she needs is more motivation to go down this deeper, darker hole, this deeper, darker path. And and a loss to Jade at WrestleMania, the woman that Naomi has tried, whose career Naomi tried to end. Yeah, that's going to send Naomi down the path, which I do believe will throw her to Raw, and we see a unification of Bianca and Naomi once again.
I think there's a reality. They've had little Easter eggs here and there that let you think they might come back together. I can definitely see it happening, and that's something we can break down on a future episode for sure. But I got to throw it to the Chaos Goblin, Kevin Calloway, Jade Cargill, or Naomi.
It's got to be Jade. I don't really see a way around it. I think the business definitely point, just like Grun said, business at this points to Naomi losing and falling down the rabbit hole, or potentially, and this is what I won't say it because I assume I know what Aaron's prediction is when it comes to Naomi, and we'll save that. But it also gives her more motivation for that because that would be on another night and Jade might not be there, and it makes sense that we haven't seen her. So It's got to be Jade to keep her momentum going. I think this can catapult her into the U.S. title picture, and I think that's smart. I don't know if I want any more of the Jade Bianca to go forward, or if we want to save that until all the way until SummerSlam, or maybe even next Mania. But I'd like to see them apart for a little while after Jade takes this and then moves on.
Sure. Yeah. Voice. What you thinking, man? Jade, Naomi, something you've been really chronicling for. I mean, we've been talking about this for months and everything. What do you think, bro? Who do you got?
Well, I think it's going to be Naomi, courtesy of Bianca's hand. And I think the unification happens that night because Bianca goes to ensure her win with having Naomi in her corner because, well, they're going to take Jade out. And then Jade's going to come out on the next SmackDown. That's when you'll see her next. And the sympathy will be there from the fans. That's where you get your Jade away from the storyline because Naomi's going to go to Raw, like Grun said. She goes there. She hangs out with Bianca. They form the faction that I was speaking of earlier. And then Jade does go and get her U.S. title run. All these things collect up until this summer when you have those two go at it for an ultimate feud, Naomi and Jade at the meaning of that. And then that's where Jade gets her vengeance and we start to see the monster among women take over the women's division.
Yeah, I could see something like that for sure. Just in the way of like with Jade, we got to continue the growth. We got to continue the growth with her. She's got to keep elevating and keep moving up. I think I don't hate the idea of the feud cooling off and then they pick it back up at another time because I think that's what needs to happen. Is it has a little cool off period. Jade kind of goes off and kind of builds her own self, and picks up some key victories and can really stand on her own 2 feet. Really got to let her go out there. But Hype, what do you think, man? Big match for Jade Cargill. She's going up against Naomi. Who do you got?
I'm really torn on this because of the trajectory of Naomi. I'm very team Naomi right now, but also Jade got hit by a car. We can only assume, right? Like you can't get hit by a car or at least put through a windshield and not come out, get over get your comeuppance at the end, right? And I feel like this has to be an ending point for Naomi and Jade, which is also a very good thing because I feel like they've had a good digestible feud.
Nice and easy to understand. Yep.
Yeah, a little long for my taste, but you had to give it some realistic time for Jade to be off and things like that. So it is understandable. But I'm so torn because I feel like Jade wins. I feel like she has to win, but I feel like Naomi has to still be strong and still look strong going forward because I think a few of us on the panel here are in agreement that something will happen probably night 2 to continue or start a new story with a few other women or involving a few other women that may be in this match. So I'm gonna pick Jade because I think Jade is the logical winner in this match, but there's more to come with Naomi.
Yeah, definitely.
Where's my conspiracy buddy? Where have you gone, Jones? 2025 has changed you, and I am sick and tired of it.
I've got you, voice. I've got your conspiracy, just not on this night.
Yeah, Aaron, I've talked to you quite a bit. I started figuring out, especially when Kevin chimed in, I was like, wait a minute, I know where these two are going now.
Yeah. I love it. As for me, I gotta say there's a big major story. Jade gets her first big WrestleMania victory. Naomi, once again, that descent into madness, like I said earlier, there's a story for her to go deeper into it that could lead to her becoming a future, women's champion. I think that, anybody here truly understands that if the story's right, wins and losses don't really matter. So I think that it's big for Jade Cargill to get that victory, but also at the same time, Naomi is going to continue to tell the story, because remember, as masterful and as great as this heel turn has been, it's kind of still in its infancy. You know what I'm saying? So like, because it's still kind of new, you want to keep Jade nice and polished, get her ready for what's going to be a big, hopefully we could all hope what's going to be a big year for her in the WWE. Kick that off at WrestleMania, give her a big victory. And Naomi is going to continue to do what she's doing right now, and that's tell great stories. I'm sorry
to cut you off, House, but this is a topsy-turvy world, because Jones isn't in my conspiracy camp, but Nick is.
What's going on? I saw that. Bring that back up. I
have no clue what's going on. Yeah, what is going on? Nick is always against me no matter what I say.
And for once you guys agree, what in the world is going on? WrestleMania making some weird things happen.
I want Naomi to win this match. I don't want Jade to look soft.
She's not going to.
It feels like she's done so much. And unless you're going to put her in this position where Jade is, we're going to see a new Jade coming out of this, where she tries to steamroll and like get her way all the way up to the like women's championship. And like we give her like a Jey Uso like story. But I don't see that happening.
I think it's far more likely they run an angle where she becomes a Bianca and Naomi hunter. Like it's not. I don't think if they go the route of Naomi winning, it's not over. They can't put it on pause.
Predator Jade. That would be dope.
Yeah. Just Jade stalking both of them until they get their comeuppance.
As cool as that is, how long are they going to be in this triangle with each other?
That's
that's my biggest worry.
One thing for me personally, before we move on to the next match, is, man, the presentation of Jade. And I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just saying that when she was with AEW, they tried to have her be Terminator Jade, but it's like, yeah, it was giving Goldberg, because it's like, why are you're here and you're a destroyer, but you're like, that's all you are, is you're here and you're a destroyer. I think the point of Jade coming is that we saw her come in as the nice, clean, top prospect. Oh, we sniped her from AEW. Now we're about to show you how we can turn her into something clean and pretty and well produced. But here's the thing, though. What they've done is do what you should do with the talent. There's no reason for her to come in and just be pretty, well produced and Terminator. I don't want to see Terminator. I want to see adversity. And I think that what we're seeing, I just want to finish this thought real quick. I think what we're seeing with Jade Cargill is they're giving her a why she's about to become an absolute beast. They're giving her a reason for why she's about to become an absolute monster. And for me, that's what hits the hardest.
Yeah, I can see that.
AEW did it wrong, because when you do the Goldberg thing style of a winning streak, that only works until the streak ends, and then what? There is no story after that. So like you said, they've given her a why. And now when she starts unloading on fools and just start laying bitches out, now you have a why. Instead of, had they done that at the start, people would have turned on her.
And some say that that's the reason why Gilbert's career didn't last so long, because they didn't explain the why.
Yeah. Right, of course.
That was a joke, guys. That was
Why doesn't he have gills? I agree. They never explained why.
Explain this to us.
Oh God, I love it.
You guys didn't think you were going to get a Gilbert joke, but you did.
No,
it's a special day. It's amazing.
Here you are. Most definitely. And we had somebody say that this could possibly be a sleeper match of the weekend. Let's talk about what's going to be a real sleeper match of the weekend, and that's WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio going up against the legend himself, El Grande Americano. Aaron, who do you think's got this between this match between two of history's most historic luchadors?
This is my sleeper match right here.
Oh, okay.
100%.
Interesting.
First off, the fact that Rey Mysterio can still do what he does at his age is insane.
real.
Is insane. That man has found him and R-Truth have found the fountain of youth.
Oh my
They're
God.
hiding it from everyone. They are keeping it for themselves. I know fans are a little disappointed that Chad Gable is not going to be on WrestleMania.
Right.
But anyone who has followed El Grande Americano's career like I have knows that ever since the days that he was working with Mil Mascaris and Laparca
The blue
and
team.
Milano 45, like he has been a legend and he deserves his Mania moments. In all seriousness, this match is going to be phenomenal. This is going to be
good.
Really, really good. I am actually torn on this match because I think I've seen people say, well, maybe Ray gets the mask off of Gable at this point. I think it's too soon for that. So I think you keep building El Grande, and I think he gets a sneaky win over Ray. Maybe a miscalculation. Maybe LWO comes out. You know, we get a brawl with them in American Made, and there's all kinds of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, object in the mask again, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. I think that's probably what we get. Because I think it's too early. It's too early for the happy ending in this feud. And guys, this gimmick has gotten over way better than I ever thought it would.
Yeah.
I loved it from the start, but I was a little worried that it wasn't going to work the way it should. But when I heard people chanting, "That's Chad Gable," no, it's not, going back and forth, I was like, we're good. We got this.
It's a good spot.
Printing money, baby. Printing money.
Printing money, man. Most definitely printing money. So who you got in this match? Who you? So you're
I'm
going
going
with
to take El Grande with shenanigans.
El Grande with shenanigans. All right.
Yes.
All right. Got you, bro. Got you. Let's throw it over to my man, Austin. Who do you got, Rey Mysterio or the legend himself, El Grande Americano?
Well, Aaron, maybe at some point we'll stop agreeing with each other. Because I have El Grande Americano. I thought the only way that he could really lose is that if Ray pulls the mask off, and we'll see what happens there. But I'm kind of feeling like he's going to get the win. El Grande Americano will, by pulling Ray's mask off.
Ooh.
Do the same thing he did to Dragon. Not obviously he'll cover it and everything else, but I think that's how he gets this win. It'll look like Ray's doing the best. He's going to pull it out, and then whoop, there it goes. That's what I got.
Okay. So you think El Grande's going to unmask Ray?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I like that. I don't hate that at all. Grun, what do you think, man? This is going to be a huge match between two massive stars from the Lucha Libre background. Who do you got, bro? El Grande Americano or Ray?
You know what? I got to go Rey Mysterio with this. And the reasons have to do with the state of American Made. This was a great idea of a group of Chad Gable bringing in the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile and being their mentor, getting them better, making them true WWE superstars. And I can't help but think this has flopped because now me and Lou, we talked about it, and he mentioned, okay, Ivy gave a smirk during the segment on Raw. Problem was, like, Ivy's been on the main roster long enough that she should be able to do more than just a smirk to portray personality of any kind. So I think American Made is already on the road path to being broken up. I think Creed brothers turn on Chad, and I think, like Voices said on the show before, I think Ivy Nile stays in WWE are numbered. I think, unfortunately, she was a project that just never, she was just never going to make it, unfortunately. And it definitely sucks to see, but I think Rey Mysterio gets the win, and I hope that the LWO beat the holy hell out of him at some point, because I want something from LWO.
Yeah, I know LWO. We've talked about this on the show for a while. Is that LWO feels like all right, well, we're gonna put you over here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it. I'm sorry, but that's what it feels like. And do I love Ray? Yes. Do I think there's great talent in that stable? Absolutely. But it's like, what's the why? Like the LWO, I don't like. I understand it's probably Ray's thing. He's mentoring this young talent. I see that. I understand that. I just don't like thoroughly understand the direction or what they're set out to do at this point. But I'm not going to get into a whole diatribe about that because I got to get the thoughts of Kevin Calloway over here. What are your thoughts, man? Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano.
I I love the El Grande Americano gimmick. I think it's fantastic. The way that they've done the video packages where they're literally like AIing him in and like photoshopping different places that are historic. And it's amazing the work that they've put in for the presentation of it. And I am also torn because I can see it going either way, but it completely depends on the business that they want to do. And I am not in their booking room.
Yeah.
So
right.
That's the key. I'm going to go with El Grande.
Okay.
And I'm not confident. If I was doing confidence points, this would be like my 1 or 2, like the lowest points.
Okay.
Because realistically, they could have Ray win and they could go on to something with LWO and they could do something where they break away Americano and honestly make him face. I don't think it would be out of the question. And I think it would get over that way. And then American Made can go off and be a tag team. If they want to keep Ivy with them, awesome. They can go do that, be in the tag division without Chad Gable and Americano. That's one piece of business if they want Ray to win. However, I think it's going to extend. I think it's going to extend further. They're going to keep American Made together. They're going to run this out until we get a masked versus mask match. That's when we get Chad Gable unmasked. That's the business of this feud in the end, because he keeps trying to take people's masks. And where does that always lead? Naturally, feud over the masks. Who's the only person who can lose that mask? Because we're not going to unmask Rey Mysterio or Dragon Lee.
Right.
It's going to be Americano.
Yep.
So it's a good end to that feud by getting a mask versus mask. I don't know when that will happen. We could still have a couple months of feud, honestly. We might have it in the next pay-per-view. Who knows? But I think that's where it's headed. So El Grande Americano wins dirty.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't hate that at all. Voice, what do you think, man? El Grande Americano, Rey Mysterio.
Well, honestly, if I'm going to be full transparency, this match actually aggravates me that we don't have a Street Profits. And we have this match, because you could have this on a main event for SmackDown and it'll draw big numbers just for that. I understand everybody's love for Rey Mysterio and this whole Chad Gable thing, which I think the Chad Gable angle is perfect. I love what they're doing there, but I'm sorry. Rey Mysterio has bored me 5 years ago. He's going to bore me this one. So I'm going to deep fry probably chicken wings at this match. I might even put some ranch on it. Maybe some chilies from, wherever I decide. But yeah, I don't really care about this match. And I know, House, this is not something you want to hear for the show, but like,
Can we get him out of here?
Get out. You're done.
I want this tag match that we've talked about, and this is the match you could fucking yank out of WrestleMania and put that in and make me a happy boy.
Well, I mean,
see, Bryce is with
this is a man who loves tag team wrestling. He said, "Oh, we got Bryce here." He says, "Agreed. Feel like all the titles should be present." And listen, I'm a huge advocate for the tag team division. I was actually steaming mad Street Profits wasn't on it. Just for me personally, I feel like Street Profits have had a great year, presented themselves in a great way and representing a great tag team division, man. Like great tag team division. But once again, I can't get into the whole diatribe. We got to stay with WrestleMania here, but we could definitely talk about it on another episode. But I got to throw it to my man, producer of the show, Hypocrisy Jones. Who do you got in this match? El Grande, Americano, or Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, so I'm in 1,000% agreement with Voice on this. like this does not need to be a match on WrestleMania. I totally understand time constraints. Maybe this is going to be a quicker match, a quick 15 from opening to close, but like I don't know. I'm still a little sad about tag titles. Like, let me have both tag titles defended at at WrestleMania. I figure if you can fill out a slot, there's a whole women's world title match that you made me very confused about on SmackDown. That like I didn't even know if Charlotte's going to be at WrestleMania because like she's pending some weird suspension, then she's there, and then like you're still like not giving me any real meat for this story. Like I don't know, bro. Like this does not. Bryce is right. This is a pre-match show. This is a fucking pre-match show. And that's what we're getting. It's not even mask versus mask, which it should be, but I also understand it's not because we haven't given enough time in the story. So I'm okay if this is a Ram match, Raw after Mania. Like I'm okay with that. It would be a great Monday Night Raw match to maybe like open or like be not necessarily the close of the show, but maybe second hour close, something like that. But like I don't need this match.
Well, I'm so happy he's back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the match you guys are getting. And since we have to make
the other thing is, I'm sorry. The other thing is, what weird sponsorship is this match gonna have? What weird ass
you're talking about like
Mountain
Dew,
Minute Maid juice. What Slim Jim ass?
It probably will be Minute Maid.
Fortnite.
Yeah, like
Mountain Dew does have a new flavor coming out.
Snickers. Chad Gable's not him when he's hungry.
Yeah, it's gonna have some like Mexican Snickers or some bullshit like that, just because Rey Mysterio's in this match. And yeah, I said that, and I might be wrong, but like that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
what was it? Yo, what was it? Hold on. What was it? We're about to have a blood feud of a father and son turning on each other. So much family drama. Presented by Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh my god!
No, guys, you got it all wrong. It's Taco Bell because it's fake Mexican food.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wait, Taco Bell's fake Mexican food?
This match is brought to you by Hacienda. I don't know if you guys have Haciendas, but it's Hacienda.
Oh, I like Hacienda.
Hacienda's good. Hacienda's good.
See you. Wait.
It's not real Mexican. It's not real Mexican.
No. I can already predict your favorite menu item at Hacienda. I know this. It's the ranch.
I hate ranch.
Yeah,
he hates ranch.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you're good then.
A deep fried burrito, though, I do love.
Yes.
Hey, the chat is jumping out here.
The chat is jumping, bro.
Chad advertising for Azteca. You got El Grande Americano from Starbucks.
I almost said from Starbucks, dude. I almost did.
I just want y'all to know this match is going to deliver. I am telling you. These are two of the best in-ring performers.
It will.
It definitely will. It definitely will.
That was my point. But like
that's why it's the sleeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Like with my pick, I'm gonna say El Grande Americano because of accidentally pulling off Ray's mask and Ray gets his face covered and whatnot. But I'm telling y'all for real, I understand. And voice and hype, trust me, if anybody gets it, it's me. I was bitching about the tag team championships not being on the show because I love the fact that the tag team division has been presented so strong on SmackDown. And for me personally, it sucks that it's not going to be on the WrestleMania card. I get it. I feel it. I'm with you. I totally understand it. So don't think I'm against you on that. But I still think this match is going to go hard. I think El Grande Americano is going to win. I think that it's going to continue. I think we are going to get a mask match that would have been probably a little bit too soon in the story here. Once again, this is just, my thoughts here. Would have been too soon in the story for them to do it right now. And then, Ray does his thing. Maybe they do it at Backlash or something like that. I don't know when. It's something like that, because it's not a like for me to say that this is a WrestleMania, caliber match. I can't, really say that, because it is the continuation of a storyline where further business is going to go down the line. But also, I understand that WrestleMania isn't just about tying things in a knot. Sometimes it's the continuation. Sometimes it's the start of storylines. And I think that because we look at WrestleMania as like, the grand finale, the season finale of WWE, we think that everything's got to be tied up in a nice little bow there. But at the end of the day, we still got like 8 more months of business to do before we jump into WrestleMania again. So like, I just think that it's going to be the continuation. El Grande Americano is my thoughts on it. But we do got to move on, because we have some title matches that's going to be coming. We got a whole string of title matches going on before a big main event. I want to start it here with the United States Championship match, a division that I think has really started heating up in the last month or so. L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Is going to be going up against Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. Aaron, who do you got in this match, man?
This is another semi-sleeper match. There's a lot of semi-sleeper matches on the card. It is very easy to say Jacob Fatu over in dominant fashion. That is the easy answer.
Mm-hmm.
However, that is not my prediction. I am predicting a little bit of a swerve here. They've kind of hinted at it a little bit. I think LA Knight wins because of Solo Sikoa.
Ooh.
I think there is it may not be blatant. Like, I'm not saying Solo blatantly cost him. It may be an accident.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because we've gotten this story for months of Jacob doesn't want their help. Stay away from me. I'm going to do my own thing. And I think slowly but surely Solo has keeping that in the back of his mind. It's also apparently close to time for Tonga Loa to come back. So with all of that in here, I think Solo fucks over Jacob one way or the other. I don't know if it's blatant or by accident, but I think one way or the other, LA Knight keeps the title. He's still got plenty of steam. He's still over as hell. You can get a lot more out of him as champion. So yeah, I think LA Knight with some Solo Sikoa involvement.
Okay, that's fair. That's I could see something like that happening. Austin, what do you think, man? Who do you think's got it here? United States Championship match, LA Knight, Jacob Fatu.
I love LA Knight. I want to preference that by saying that I think Jacob Fatu wins it. I almost went with you, Aaron. I almost like, you know what? Maybe he's right here, but I'm going to just stick with what I got. I like Jacob Fatu doing it. However, if he doesn't win it, and it is by Solo screwing him, we finally get that I hate you Solo, and that'll be so good.
Yeah, yep. I think that's what some people have been wanting for a while, because he got the whole I love you Solo thing over, which it did. It was big in that for that little period of time. But yeah, I think that people are going to want to hear him say, I hate you Solo. And I think that is coming. But Grun, what do you think, man? What's your thoughts? United States Championship match, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight.
For me, there's only one answer. I hear what everyone's saying about Solo Sikoa accidentally costing Jacob Fatu the match. But the thing is, I believe that the better story to tell is Jacob Fatu winning, and then Solo Sikoa over time starting to say that they are the United States champion, that the bloodline is the United States champion, that it's because I believe Jacob wins it all on his own. And then Solo starts acting like he's still the tribal chief, like he is still their leader, and that he has any power over them. And I do agree. We do need to get the Jacob to say, "I hate you, Solo." We need that line, and I think you can still get that line if you get down this path instead.
Yeah, I did. There's different ways to get there, and that's what I love about what we do here, especially this time of year, WrestleMania, because it's like I've been saying for weeks, the door is wide open for speculation. I love it. I most definitely, the door is wide open for speculation, and that's going to continue here. But we have Nick in the chat here. He says Ron is like half right. Solo will become jealous of Jacob as the United States champion, and by SummerSlam, that will be their match. So okay, so he's thinking that they're going to take it to SummerSlam. Okay, so I mean, listen, there's a lot of stories to be told here, because I think there was a time where a lot of people thought Solo and Jacob were going to wrestle at WrestleMania. That was in the whisper was happening for a quick little second before, you know, Jacob found his way into the United States Championship scene, and that got completely shut down. But I'm going to throw it over to my man Kevin Calloway. Who do you got, bro? Jacob or LA Knight?
So I think Fatu is going to win. I don't necessarily know we go down the piece of business that Grun said. I think it's like a half. I'm half in agreement, because I don't think Solo. They're building Jacob Fatu as a destroyer. They're clearly building him as. To me, it's clear that he's going to be the one that turns face out of all of this. Solo's going to stay the heel. The time to reunite the OG bloodline with Solo with them has passed. Now it's all about Fatu's rise. It isn't. I'm not saying we sacrifice the other ones, because I don't think that it's necessary. There can be a nice feud with it. But Fatu is clearly the one that they have clear business with going forward. Fatu is saying, I don't need your help. I don't need your help. This is all classic babyface stuff. So once he wins, I don't think we need to prolong this. I think you can immediately, even on the SmackDown afterwards, after he wins it, that's where you can start the breakup. You don't need anything subtle here, because Jacob Fatu isn't going to deal with subtleties. That's not who he is as a character, based on what I've seen. It's not who he is as a persona. He's going to go sledgehammer first into it. Now, whether we get the I hate you Solo line, or whether we go one of these two directions, I don't know. It could be Fatu lays out Solo, and Solo is gone for a while until he screws Fatu out of that same title later on. I don't hate that. It gives Solo a reason to be off TV and then come back with a renewed vigor, because right now he feels a little lost. And when you get lost on a card, it's better to leave and come back so that people can miss you. And then you can really cost someone who has gone a rise, and Jacob Fatu will get over. You have him cost him later. That's how you get your SummerSlam match. Or you can have Solo immediately eject him out of the bloodline, or whatever his bloodline version is, by Tonga Loa's return. And then they just start beating him up. And now you have a 3-on-1 situation, because Fatu is already there. Kind of like, think Evolution in the past when Orton won a title. That's my prediction. I could see it going the LA Knight route. Again, this is one that I don't have a lot of confidence in. I just think Fatu, because of the future business they want with him, he's going to get a nice WrestleMania win. And that's really going to cement him going forward. So it's not about the business itself, because I think we're all in agreement. The bloodline business is the best course of action, no matter how this outcome goes. But I think you can do it with either person winning, depending on how you want to do it.
Sure. No, I mean, this is why we love listening to Kevin speak. You've got a lot of different thoughts, man, and ways to get, to where we want to go. But I'm going to throw it to my man, the voice, Josh Joseph. Who do you got, bro? Jacob Fatu or LA Knight for the United States Championship?
Well, I'm going to keep mine short, because Grun, you stole my thunder, you son of a bitch. But this is where I'm thinking where Grun is at. And Kevin, I see exactly what you're saying. But I think they're really finding some money with Jacob. And I think they know that they can capitalize on this one phrase that everybody's waiting for this man to say. And this alludes right back to the 5 minutes. When you have your 5 minutes, you make the most of it. Ivy Nile, take fucking notes, because you need to. You need summer school, girl. Listen,
you gonna get Nick in the chat, bro.
You know what? Bring him in the chat, because this is ridiculous. Jacob is doing everything that he possibly can to cement the legend of Jacob Fatu that the mainstream wrestlers are going to see. I think the slow build is
He took the time to read it.
he threw that up there very early. He came out the gun.
He did.
already.
He came right out, bro.
Yeah,
He's like what they say, fucking with your socks on. This is what's happening. Look, Jacob's got the momentum behind him and everything that he's creating this universe. So does the Bloodline. And in which I think that's how you introduce some more Bloodline members coming into it. And then they go against Jacob. Then you got that story built. Then you got your SummerSlam match. Then you got all this. I think we've learned through the Bloodline story in itself, they're willing to fucking pull the e-brake and just let it glide down the snowy path of the road. And just, and it works. And I think you found the next evolution of the Bloodline, and the evolution is Jacob Fatu.
Hey, nice, simple, and to the point, man. I like it. Hype, you over there just chilling, doing your thing, bro. You look like you got some thoughts in your mind. What are you thinking, bro? United States Championship match, Fatu Knight.
So this seemingly seems like a very easy match on paper for me, because I don't have the love for LA Knight that seemingly most people do, but I am looking at this Solo Jacob situation, and I'm looking at how do we tell this story about this dysfunctional family. And I think the only way you tell this story is that Jacob wins, but Jacob wins because Solo did something and Jacob didn't realize it. We have been hinting at don't help me. Solo's going to help him. And then we're going to follow that up on SmackDown, where Jacob's just like, I told you not to help me. He's going to give LA Knight another match. And then we will see the actual turn. Hopefully, I don't know the timetable for Tongaloa to come back, but I think it would be perfect if he came back and Solo had his bloodline with the Tongans, and they attack Jacob. They outcast him. He is now a lone wolf, probably lost his US title, but is hell-bent on being bloodline Solo Hunter. And we get our I hate you Solo in that too.
I think you can also bring in Hikuleo at that point. I know he's still in kind of waiting, and I think they would need a heater if you take out Fatu.
Yeah,
you need a heater at that point, because you have the tag team, you have the leader, but you don't have the person who handles people. And I think Hikuleo can go into that role very well if that's the route you want to go.
He just looks like he could. So
that's all that matters.
Yeah, he's green as hell.
Oh yeah.
And rumor is they're not super impressed with his improvement. But if you're the heater, all you got to do is be big. Yep. And then maybe throw some guys around, yeet them around, whatever, choke slam here and there, whatever, like easy stuff.
Solo in his thumb.
The concept of stealing the house with giant matches back in the day when they didn't the Giants weren't polished because they were younger into the business or greener or didn't have as many matches, but because they were 7 foot tall, 400 pounds. Just build them up like a monster. They murder people for 2 months, and then the big face beats them, and then they leave the territory. Good to go.
Nice. Can't teach size, baby. Can't teach size.
Yeah. You really can't. Truly can't, man. But for me, I just got to say, I think it's going to be Fatu, man. I think we're going to see some inter-family fighting for sure. I definitely think that they've been transitioning and Solo, who honestly, I'm not a huge fan of what they've been doing with Solo, just because, at least recently, because I mean, he really was in a prominent spot last year, leading the Bloodline 2.0 faction, having some big key victories over names like John Cena and whatnot, and it seems like he's just like, you're there, bro, but like, why are you there, bro? Like, you're there to are you going to snake on Jacob eventually? I think that's what we all see coming, is that he's going to snake on Jacob. So I think that's the story they're going to be telling. If they don't do what Kevin said and take him off of TV to give him at least a fresher look and maybe direction upon return. But if they're not going to go that route, I think the easy way is for him to snake on Jacob for sure. And you go down that route. But we're going to continue on here because we have a tag team championship match on WrestleMania. Not the titles I want defended if I had to pick, but I'm not going to go into that. But it is the New Day of all. I mean, the New Day. And even with my personal thoughts on how I think the new, they did the whole turn on Big E and whatnot and stayed together when everybody thought they was going to break apart. Then in my mind, it was like, all right, so they did that. So what's next? And they've just been kind of, doing their thing, getting wins here and there in the tag team division. And now they found their way to, WrestleMania against the War Raiders. And I'm somebody who's a fan of them. I've seen them in shows, whatnot, Ring of Honor, War Machine and whatnot. I love them. Great, fan of what they do. I just think the presentation is light right now. It's light. But that's neither here nor there because they do have a match at WrestleMania. War Raiders, New Day. Aaron, who do you got in this World Tag Team title match?
Well, kids, this is the part of the show where my predictions go off the rails.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Finally.
This is where I start predicting some crazy shit. So
okay, let's get it.
Number one, I'm gonna hurt some feelings with the following statement. I'd rather have these titles defended with these two teams than the SmackDown tag titles. I love the New Day. I love heel New Day. They deserve this spot. They earned this spot. They deserve to be on WrestleMania. I love the War Raiders. I think the War Raiders are great. I think this match is going to be really, really good. Now here's where we go off the rails.
Let's go.
New Day is going to win this match. They're going to win the tag team titles. However, they are going to win the tag team titles with help from Big E.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
I think we get
Hold on.
the reunited New Day that everybody wants, except we get them as heels. I think we get heel Big E. He can be their manager. He does not have to wrestle. He can be on TV. He doesn't even have to be on TV every week. He can cut promos. He can do whatever. But yes, I think New Day wins the tag titles because I think everybody to a point is maybe thinking that Big E gets involved and costs New Day. I think the exact opposite. I think he gets involved and helps New Day. New Day win the tag titles. I'm really excited for this match. I'm looking forward to it. I love all four of these guys. I texted somebody on Friday when they announced this that I was very, very happy that these four guys got this match. I was really hoping they would get a Mania match, and I'm very happy that they're getting a Mania match. So New Day, Big E helps them out.
That's a good. I don't hate that. I do not hate that. It's basically what they teased they were going to do when they did the turn, but then bring it full circle and everybody's on the same page in this heel. So I don't hate that at all. That's actually a good thought that actually never even ran through my mind, which is why I'm glad we're doing this right now. For sure. That's dope. I like that. But Austin, what do you think, bro? New Day versus War Raiders World Tag Team titles.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I kind of agree, but I don't. Right, like I think the New Day wins it. I've seen a lot of people being like, "Well, Big E's going to come back and he's going to cost it," and I'm like, if Big E's not coming back at the Rumble, he's not coming back. It's going to be a minute until he's back. Maybe he will. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think New Day wins because if not, what was the point of turning them? Why not just break them up?
Yeah, I listen. I'm gonna get to my picks when we get there, and yeah, you guys are making sense. But Grant, what do you think? World Tag Team Title match, New Day and War Raiders.
Well, you know what? I've decided this is going to be my sleeper match because technically, now let's not get overly excited because the build has not been good.
No,
this has not been a good build. But when you look at Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and you look at the War Raiders, technically, in every aspect, they are great. The build for this match could have been a lot better because we know both of these teams are capable of it. But I do believe the New Day will win. I do believe this is going to be a great match. And the only thing that I can think that would make it better is if Big E did show up and help Xavier and Kofi win. Now, I am not going to put money down on that happening because I don't think they would do that unless they thought there was a chance that Big E could return to the ring. But Edge, it took him 7 years to be medically cleared. I'm sorry, Adam Copeland.
Oh, that guy.
Who?
Yeah.
Cope.
The Cope.
Cope. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay. So Grun's going with the New Day. I mean, it seems like that's where we're going right now. But Kevin, man, you look like you got some on your mind there. This World Tag Team Title match, New Day, War Raiders. Who you got?
I'm also going to break hearts. I agree with Aaron that this is the tag match that should get the Mania spot. And the reason that is because of New Day. I'm not saying War Raiders are bad because they're not. They're a fantastic tag team. But New Day was the most over, and I think we're actually late to the party of New Day winning the titles, if I'm being completely honest. I think they should be walking into this Mania with the titles. Because I think we could have capitalized way sooner on the heat that they had behind them, but instead we cooled them off for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're trying to heat them back up, and it's slightly working, but it's taking a long time to preheat. But we're finally getting there. This is about New Day getting their justification for turning on Big E. This is about them getting the win. This is about solidifying them as the team, as the people to beat. I don't think Big E comes back during this. I think they're going to save that. I think they're going to save that for a SummerSlam or maybe even next year. Just to make sure, first of all, to make sure that he's okay, I'm sure, as one of the first things. But also, I don't see him joining back up with the New Day. I think they might go that route at some point, but I think the initial thing is going to be him screwing them out of them. But what they could do is have a surrogate Big E. They kind of toyed with the idea before with Odyssey Jones, but obviously that didn't work out for, whatever not reasons. I don't know all the backstage stuff, quite frankly. I don't want to know. Yeah. But they could have another surrogate Big E or some other like heater-esque kind of guy, big guy, be the person to cost the War Raiders too. I don't know if you want to do that at Mania though. I might just give it to New Day just dirty. And I don't think that that's a bad thing either. But New Day needs these titles more than War Raiders do. War Raiders solidified a decent tag title run by taking it off of Judgment Day. They've had some great matches, but the business is with New Day.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Voice, what's your thoughts, bro? We got this tag title match. New Day, War Raiders. What you thinking? You gonna stay across the board, or are we going different here?
I really honestly I like what Aaron threw out there. I would enjoy Big E as a heel. And it does make sense where Kevin's saying that they can, if they're going to do that. I hear you guys keep saying these things like they missed the boat. They missed the boat on that. And the more I hear you guys say it, the more it makes sense. And yeah, they probably did. They really did miss a lot of opportunities with this storyline. But in the same sense, though, you got to make sure Big E is as healthy as he possibly can be. Mm-hmm. We don't want anything happening. We want him to be healthy. We love him on there, but a heel Big E sounds so fantastic. I love him and what he can do. Even when he gets animated on a panel, there's a sense of realness to him. Like just him clapping his hands and getting energized. There was a realness to it. Like you felt him love the New Day. And I think that that's what those guys are missing, because honestly, months ago I wanted to wipe the whole thing clear and let Xavier go on his own and let's see what Xavier Woods can do, because I think he's your money right now with that group. Outside of Big E not being there, Xavier Woods to me is money. I love what he does. Kofi plays off him very well, but how much longer are we going to pigeonholed Xavier Woods in this group? I mean, we're going to get to a point to where he may not be able to go in those one-on-one matches later on in his career at the height that we expect him to. So I don't know. I'm going with New Day on this one, but I could see them keeping it on the War Raiders. They're good guys. They're a good tag team. They do well for their what they're paid for. I mean, to me, I seen someone say they're and I get where you're saying. The gimmick, to me, the Viking gimmick is lame as shit. WWE time and time again has proven that they cannot fucking write for this Viking persona. Like,
I think they're
give it
moving
up.
away from that, though. It seems like that's what they're doing, because they're not calling them the Viking ratings anymore. They're calling them the
it's
War
just
Raiders.
the War Raiders. I think,
I think they're bringing them out there and not, furs. They're bringing them out there in regular clothes. They look like the War Raiders back from ROH.
They're humanizing them.
Yeah, they're humanizing.
They humanize them with the talking about their injuries and their time away and all of that. So they're getting away from. But yeah, for a while, yes, absolutely.
And that's fine, but you've already ruined it for me as a fan personally. And this is just for my personal camp. You've already ruined them with me because I'm not interested. I'm more interested in the possibility of a guy we don't even know if he's fully capable of coming back. And you're just placed in that moment for me. And that's purely for me. Oh, did House freeze up?
Did we lose House?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we may have lost House there. Well, we'll wait for him to come back in. I do agree with you guys on I do feel like this is New Day's to win. Yeah. And I also I also feel like, yes, they probably should have won it couple few months ago. But I think that they win. I think that we do see added heat to the New Day, as in a new heater, maybe in an Omos who isn't doing anything. While you guys were talking, I was kind of sneak looking to see what he's been up to. It's been literally a year since we've seen him on WWE TV. I know he did a small excursion in Pro Wrestling Noah, where he actually became a tag team champion. He's expressed desires to wrestle and possibly retire, one a la John Cena. I think he could be added to that group and be a legitimate heater, not have to work a whole lot, but still be a dominating figure. Other than that, I don't know who we add to the New Day to make them an even more like imposing force than they've already been. This new attitude has been pretty good for me. Like I like the turn, I like the shift, I like that they're both on the same wavelength. These Goku blacks that are the New Day. It works for me, man.
Well, I'm with Kevin too. Like, they had massive heat when they turned on Big. I mean, massive heat. They had Dominic Mysterio heat.
Worse, I would argue worse.
And it was worse. It was worse. Yes. Like, it was great. And so I don't know why there was a start and stop. Like, I don't know why they started going down that road. Then they kind of weren't on TV for a couple of weeks, and then they brought them back, and then now they're. But I mean, in the end, I don't think any harm's done. I think they're going to be able to get their heat back. But yeah, the match is going to be really good. And but the Raiders are there, I think, to put New Day over and put steam behind them and really get that New Day heel gimmick cooking with gas.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. And as we keep going in this WrestleMania prediction show, we're gonna give Khan some time to come back. He's having some computer issues, but no big deal. But we're gonna move on to the next match on the card, which would be the WWE Women's Championship match with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. I am going to be kind of looking at the time on this one because I don't know everyone's feelings on this match, but I know there are some definite strong ones. So we're gonna jump off with Aaron here. How are you feeling about Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair?
This match hurts my soul. And the reason why this match hurts my soul, because I actually was on this podcast probably maybe even a year ago or so, and I said Tiffany Stratton will be in a women's title match at WrestleMania next year. And that is what has happened.
I remember this actually.
Yeah, right. And
yes,
the problem is this build has been awful. Yeah. It has been terrible. They have done them no favors with this build. I will preface, I am a Charlotte Flair mark. I have been a Charlotte Flair fan her entire career. I think she is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. However, Charlotte Flair is done. This feud has proven that she has gotten frazzled by the crowd. She's clearly rattled. She clearly is not wanting to admit that maybe time has passed her by a little bit. If you had asked me a month and a half ago, I would have said Charlotte wins hands down to give Tiffany a mountain to climb. And I'm still a little leaning to that just because I know how WWE likes to book Charlotte. However, now's the time to move on from Charlotte. I think Tiffany wins. As bad as the build has been, this match could be match of the weekend. Could be. I'm not saying it will be because I don't know what kind of mind frame Charlotte's gonna be in. The build has been terrible. The past 2 weeks have been okay. This week with the car attack, that was okay, but the build has been awful. Tiffany wins. I'm not 100% confident in it. The build has been terrible. It's time to move on from Charlotte, unfortunately. And I love Charlotte, but it is literally Tiffy time.
I got you. I got you, Broly. I feel very similar, but we're gonna get Austin's thoughts on Tiffany versus Charlotte. What do you got, man?
Again, we find ourselves agreeing with Aaron. It's Tiffy time. What more is there to say? I'm tired of seeing Charlotte on my TV. I'm sure she's a great person. I hate it. I'm tired of seeing it. There's fresher faces. Go another direction.
Oof.
That's it. I'm tired of seeing her on my TV screen.
Short and sweet. I like it. This build has definitely brought in and invoked strong emotions because I think people have had so much have we just been anticipating it too much? Have we wanted this?
It was a dream match. It was a dream match.
I hate to throw out those words. I think it was I'd rather say not dream match, but this was like a mountaintop match for Tiffany Stratton at least. But Grun, how are you feeling right now?
I am feeling like when Charlotte won the Royal Rumble, I thought, okay, you know what? This is at least what the match should have been at Mania. Charlotte and Tiffany. Completely was on board with this. As of right now, I am definitely thinking that if there is at any moment between now and next weekend, Charlotte has a come to Jesus moment, realizes that she has been so filled up with herself that she she can find it in herself to put her ego and her narcissism aside to have a match with Tiffany, I think this could be match of the weekend. I'm not going to bet on that because we've seen too much behind the mask of Charlotte Flair into Ashley Faleer. Now, with that being said, Triple H is a longtime best friend and a student of Ric Flair. But Triple H, if we have learned anything from him from just watching what WWE has done, we know for a fact that Triple H is all business and does not care who your daddy was or who your daddy is, because this is about business, and business needs Tiffany Stratton to win next weekend.
Ooh. Big Groon standing on business right there and standing on
10
Tiffany's
toes.
business. Yeah. Okay. I feel you. Mr. Chaos Goblin, how you feeling about this chaotic Women's World Championship match? Tiffy time or Charlotte's era?
Well, the chaos has been thriving in this build because it has made almost zero sense. So I have gotten some kind of sadistic joy out of that because I get to watch and eat popcorn. But in the sense, man, I also have loved Charlotte Flair over the years, so it hurts my soul as well, Aaron. Charlotte Flair has always been one of the best performers I've seen, one of the best workers. If you get her in a ring and it's going to go and she is on her game, there is nobody better, I think, in the business today. I would go that far.
Agreed.
But since she's come back, it's been very clear that her mind is not in the same place as it has been in the past. And I don't know if that's outside of the ring stuff. I don't know if that's inside of the ring stuff. I don't know if it's whatever. Not my business. But what I do know is that this is a different Charlotte Flair. And it's not the consistency that I'm used to seeing, which worries me about the match because, yes, we either are going to get one of the matches of the weekend or we are going to get an unadulterated stinker. And I don't know if there is an in-between. I really don't.
There's not.
I think I saw a comment that said it's suicide to give Flair the title. And I think I agree with that right now because the way that Flair is getting rattled by people is not getting through the stuff that she needs to get through during promos. That's not someone you want to put a world title on right now. They have to sort out their shit first. And that's okay. We all go through things as people. Mental health matters. But I don't think it's time to put the spotlight more on her. I think you give Tiffy a nice win, make it a competitive match. She doesn't need to dominate Flair. Give them 15 minutes. Hopefully they're both on their game. Put Tiffy over nice. Good to go.
Yeah. I think that's what we can hope for as in the best case scenario for this match. This match is so interesting and so polarizing in itself because of all the things that have gone along that have just been weird.
Yeah.
And I know one person that had pointed out the weird very, very early is my good friend, the voice Josh Joseph. I feel like I know where you're going to go in this direction, but I'm not gonna say it for you.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have heard me say it at a nauseating amount of times. It's the promo in the ring with Charlotte. Just go back to that. Ooh. She expected something from the fans. The fans did not deliver. That was the last straw that broke Ashley's back. And she came back to the WWE and in-ring performing to get over the things that were affecting her in her personal life. It was her escape. And us as fans seen through it, and we called the bullshit in which we seen. And she can't handle it. And that's fine because Ashley needs to work on Ashley. That's it, plain and simple. I'm not even going to call you Charlotte right now because that's not Charlotte Flair. I was the biggest fan of your fathers. I was the biggest fan of your brothers, and I was the biggest fan of you. But what's going on right now, just detrimental to who you are as a person. And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work out for her in the sense that she's going to get any type of healing, any type of closure for this. What she expected, everything is crumbling, and it's really sad because I do enjoy what she can do in a ring because she is phenomenal when she is on her game. She is a mountain. And Jones, I'm going to have to call back to you. It was a dream match. Once we knew Tiffany could go, fans just start, this is what we want. I can't wait for Charlotte to get back. I want to see what is going to happen. And I think Charlotte's seen that. And that's what she was doing. And she was, this whole thing in her head was built up because of that name, because of all those accolades she had. And it didn't pan out for her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you're hitting the nail right there on the head there. Look, so Aaron, you brought up the podcast a year ago. You were here with myself in house, and you were praising Tiffy time, as was I. I knew that it was Tiffy time, was ready for Tiffy time, and deep down inside, I definitely wanted to see Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair at some point. But the point in that is that it has to be the right point. I don't know if Tiffany has been brought back too early, or I'm sorry, if Charlotte has been brought back too early. I don't know if her mental health is where it needs to be. I don't know if her, relationships have messed up, like how she views life. But I do know, just seeing that, it's a completely different person, and it seems like a person that is somewhat lost in what they're doing. I don't think this is Charlotte, as you guys have said and vocalized as well. I don't think it can be Charlotte until like Voice said, until Ashley figures out what that means, right? And this is a very, very much so hope for the best match. I hope nothing bad happens during this match. I hope it doesn't get scary, because when you have entertainers that have to literally step out of the ring because they don't know what's about to happen during a promo battle, that does not give me good vibes. And now I know that they had the spot where Charlotte attacked Tiffany this past week on SmackDown, but it seems like the WWE is weighing really heavy on there's a shoot issue here between these two, and I don't know how much kayfabe that is, because it doesn't feel like there's that much kayfabe, but I feel like there's a problem. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say real life issues can be money. They can be
Absolutely.
money.
They can. Yeah, absolutely. But should it be? Should it be?
Right. But
in this instance, probably not.
My biggest fear with this particular match is that we don't get Charlotte versus Rhea at 39, which was in my art maybe the greatest women's WrestleMania match of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, we might get Charlotte and Ronda Rousey from Survivor Series of 2018, which basically turned into just a big bloody old mess.
Can we mute him for bringing that one up?
As a fan, the match was interesting to watch, but yeah, I really hope Charlotte's on her A game. I really do. Like you all said, she needs to get whatever closure she needs to get, but hopefully, as the saying in the business goes, get the match in the ring, and we're just gonna hold our hands up and pray for the best.
Absolutely. Yo, our main man, our captain of the ship here, Alicon House, is back after some technical difficulties. So we're gonna get his thoughts on the New Day versus the War Raiders, as well as Charlotte versus Tiffany.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Hype, for holding it down while I was having those computer issues there. But I'm gonna say New Day. I think we're all in agreement. You know that is what it is right there. So I'm gonna leave it at that. For the Tiffany Stratton,
Jesus Christ.
Lord.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break, but that was
Bryce,
funny.
I love you. I love you, cuz.
Jesus.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
This is fucking great.
Bryce, what?
Oh my god.
Dear God. All right, all right.
That's my family over there. That's Blasphemy Pete. Y'all don't even know.
He's crazy, bro. That's a wild answer right there. But
Yeah.
all right. So my answer for Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte, I'm not, I got my 3 minutes set up for something else. So boom, Tiffany Stratton wins, retains, continues, blah blah blah. Now, all right, Charlotte Flair. I've been saying this for weeks, man. It's something don't feel right. Something doesn't seem right. The relationship stuff, the injury, and I don't care to go deep into the relationship stuff or anything like that, the injury, but I bring it up to say that it is something that feels like it's still affecting her. I mean, if you guys seen her on that talk show, you can tell that it's still in her head. With that being said, she's back here. You just got to do business for WrestleMania, do what's best. And I think that it's Tiffany Stratton picks up a key win at WrestleMania, boom, moves forward. And in voice, I've said this for weeks and I'm standing on it when I say it. If Charlotte Flair shortly after WrestleMania takes time off of TV, that's going to be a red flag for me. I'm going to feel like something most definitely is going on. And if that's the case, I hope that she gets it all together and gets it figured out. Mental health, super important, and I can't say nothing more than that. But
we got to feel like that's the right move regardless, right? Is that like after this match, we don't see Charlotte Flair for a little bit. I think that's the best for everyone.
But here's the thing, bro. As much as it is the best, and if that's the issue, it is the best. For me, it's going to be like, oh, shoot, yep. Everything that we thought was correct. Everything that we were speculating on is correct. Something's not right with her right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's a red flag. Not that she shouldn't do it. If she needs to do it, if you need to do it, take it for sure. No, I'm not disputing that in the slightest bit. I'm just saying that if she does, it's going to be painfully obvious to me that this is where we're headed. Everything that happened in the last year has deeply affected her. Maybe she came back too soon. They wanted her to do good business and make Tiffany look strong coming out of WrestleMania. But it just seems like, and we've seen Charlotte Flair's behavioral issues before. This is not the first time. This is a trending thing right here. Once again, I'm just going to leave it at, if something's up, if something's not right, I hope that she takes the time off and just gets it all figured out. But my final answer is, Tiffany Stratton retains.
She's gonna pull a Sabu and not even show up.
Oh, damn.
Dang. That's kind of what I'm afraid of after Friday. I don't know about you guys, but Friday seemed really weird to me with that video and then the way they were talking. And but I know that she had the run and attack, but like it seems weird that they're playing up this issue when there's obviously an issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're escalating a situation that is obviously like, this is not something where and Aaron said it's like sometimes real life issues are great business when everybody agrees on it.
Yes.
When all parties agree on it. And I just don't think that's what's happening. I don't think that's where we're at.
Well, and apparently
one thing with this.
They went off script with that promo where, Tiffany brought up the marriages and then Charlotte and it just got weird. Got
really weird.
Can I ask you guys a question real fast? How much of this leans on Tiffany and her possible immaturity to the business?
I think it's,
that's part of it.
But I
think it's part of, she doesn't know how to handle certain situations. Yep. Charlotte is struggling with the fact that in a lot of ways, Tiffany is her replacement.
So we're giving Tiffany more of a pass.
I don't give her a complete, but I will say it is completely on her for the marriage comment if that wasn't in the script. If that wasn't, which apparently is the room, and that is immaturity. Now it is on Charlotte to, and I agree with Bryce. It is on Charlotte. She is the vet. Charlotte will lead the match. Charlotte, that's her job, is to lead this match. But yeah, a lot of it is immaturity, and Tiffany not knowing how to react. when things, and like I said, Bryce, when I said in my prediction was, Charlotte has not gotten frazzled before. So when crowds start frazzling her, there is something wrong.
You're done, kid.
You're done. Yeah, you need a minute.
I think she needs. I don't hate the idea of her losing and then taking a month. Because I think it's clear that there needs to be something sorted out. She wins this title. She's more focused. She's more in the spotlight. I think that's worse for her.
We need a whole podcast on how to bring Charlotte back.
Yep. An ayahuasca trip. That's all she needs. She needs an ayahuasca trip.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers.
She needs to walk into a forest and camp for like a month, just do mushrooms.
Yeah.
And just sort this shit out, come back, because she is a greatest of all time.
Yes.
And I don't think there's a debate. But what the version we're getting right now is, I agree with Voice. We're not getting Charlotte. We're getting more of Ashley.
Yeah.
It's a problem when the personal bleeds into the work.
Yeah. What?
What? I said it.
What
I don't
did
care.
You just say?
I said Ashley needs a black dude.
Oh,
that's just what she needs. It'll even things out for her. Like I feel like that's what she needs in life. It's not ayahuasca. It's a black man.
Yeah. So if I can
being hype.
What? We're getting off the rails, House. You got to get us back on track.
Dear God.
That's off the rails. Oh my God.
Oh, that's mild. That's like a mild sauce at Taco Bell. That
I know.
Wait.
Oh
my gosh.
Oh no.
Drake?
What do you mean by that? Adam, what do you mean? What?
Ashley's out there drinking people? What?
Oh man,
I don't think Oba would go for Charlotte. I don't think so.
Don't do that to Oba.
No.
Ooh.
But
I don't know about Oba.
I think you had a thought. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did have a thought. So I understand. So I understand people saying that Tiffany might still have some immaturity about the business. And like, okay, if you just look at this one feud, sure, I can see where people are getting that opinion, because but at the same time, let's also explore the fact that Tiffany, up until that promo, had overall really been trying to be respectful of Charlotte and not mention the stuff that's been going on, because at the same time, like, we're not, like, WWE would not have kept Tiffany Stratton among Brooke Jensen and Solo Sikoa from that group of performance center selections if they did not believe that they could make her a star. And a lot of these college athletes are coming in with that are at least being kept around, do seem to have the understanding that, hey, if you're being trained a certain way, you shut up and listen. You listen to the veterans. And I don't believe that Tiffany Stratton I believe Tiffany Stratton on character, on camera, in the ring, on the mic, I believe that she has shown disrespect, but at the same time, it's because it was part of the show, is part of the performance.
Yes. But calling her out though, Grun, that helps her grow. Because now she knows she needs to seek out advice on how not to get trapped in those situations.
I agree.
And I think,
my point is that Charlotte Flair, I believe, while Tiffany, sure, you can say Tiffany crossed the line with bringing up Charlotte's most recent personal issues, I do believe Charlotte Flair is the one that needs to be solely held responsible for this. Does Tiffany need to be talked to about it? Sure. Like, I'm not against someone making that point or making that, just speaking with her about that, because that can get kind of ugly and cause fans not really know how to react. But I do believe Charlotte Flair, if this match goes horribly wrong, it's not Tiffany's fault. It's not WWE's fault. It's not the fans. It's Charlotte's fault.
I wouldn't go that far. It takes two to tango. So like they both can mess. Now, my biggest issue with the whole feud has been though they're both heels.
Yeah.
Tiffany is miscast as a baby face. Not that she can't be one eventually. I just think she's a better heel. But I think that's her struggle too. She's trying to find her way as a baby face. You've got Charlotte who's lost in whatever nonsense or stuff, not nonsense, but whatever stuff she has going on in her personal life. It's just been a perfect storm of just, good God, this has gone about as bad as it possibly could.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. Majorly, I mean, it's just been, oof. Like I said, we've all talked about it, so there's really no reason to continue to break it down in that way. But yeah, well, let's just hope for the best and everything goes well and things get figured out. We got another World Heavyweight Championship match that's going to be going down that night. That's going to be Gunther defending against Jey Uso. We've seen this ramp up quite a bit. I mean, we saw the bloodbath that Jey Uso had given to, or that Jimmy Uso had received by the hands of Gunther. And it really helped elevate things. We saw a really good promo from Jey Uso this past week, and it came at a good time because we're at a point where I believe that a lot of people, including myself, were calling this, this a stale feud. But they found a way to at least give it another layer to at least get us to WrestleMania. With that being said, I'm going to give it to my man Aaron. Who got in this match? The Yeet Man, main event Jey Uso, or do you got the Ring General Gunther retaining his title?
The build was not great until about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then when Gunther became Ivan Drago, that is when this feud really became that next level. And man, did it need this. Did it need that so badly. Wiping the blood and all. That is a perfect example of blood meaning green.
Mm-hmm.
That segment made money. That segment sold the match. And then when Jey came out last week, I said, okay, even before he even said a word, I was like, this is a different Jey. This is perfect. He's not yeeting. He's not doing anything. And that promo was the best of Jey's career. Let's get that out of the way. That was Jey Uso's best promo ever.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Not even close. There is not an argument. That is the best promo. I have actually 2 predictions for this match.
Okay.
Number 1, this match will open WrestleMania Saturday. This will be the opener. Yep. This will kick off the weekend.
Yep.
And honestly, I think this is one of the easier matches to predict. I think Jey goes over clean. I think he gets his Mania moment. I do not think he has a long title reign.
No.
I think it's like it was when he had the IC title. I think he probably loses, maybe even back to Gunther at Backlash. But he gets his Mania moment. You get the weekend off to a good start. The match is going to be really good. You have the blood feud aspect of it, but Jey wins clean, and everybody in Vegas gets to yeet all over themselves to start WrestleMania.
Easy money. I mean, I if anybody else has a different opinion, that's cool. But I feel like everybody can kind of see the business going on. But once again, I don't want to speak for everybody. That's why we have a panel here. Austin, who do you got? Main event, Jey Uso or Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship?
I mean, what is it? Do you even need to say anything? Is it yeet?
We do have an audio podcast, so yes.
No. But I don't want to see Gunther lose. But also, I don't think you can have Jey lose.
Yeah.
If you start wrestling, because I also agree, I think it's the first match of the night. There's no coming back from it if Jey loses. It's just gonna kill everything.
Yeah.
So I think we all have to yeet all over ourselves. And I swore to never yeet again after he threw my boy out of the Rumble. So
We got Royal Paxton Studio coming in. A new chatter. I want to make sure because we've got some consistent chatters in here. We got a new chatter. He thinks that Gunther is going to be beating up Jey Uso, then Jimmy Uso is going to attack Gunther in a black hoodie. So you think
I don't hate the idea of involving Jimmy.
Yeah,
I think I don't hate it either. And I think that it's definitely in the Usos' wheelhouse, especially Jimmy, to come out in a black hoodie and interfere in a match. We've seen him do it before for sure. So
I don't think we need the black hoodie at that point, though. Could Gunther just be beating him down, maybe getting desperate, go for a weapon shot? Jimmy grabs the weapon. That's the big Jimmy moment. Turn around, spear, splash, 1, 2, 3. Like, let's just keep it simple. Get there, baby.
Right, for sure.
I like it. I like
it. I like that a lot. Grun, who do you got in this title match? Main event Jey Uso or Gunther?
Yeet. Main event Jey Uso. It is. I'm sorry, this has to happen. Jey needs to win just for that moment, just because I know how the IWC feels about Jey Uso, but it's like, okay, that's a bunch of you that are not flying, that don't seem to be outnumbering the people flying out to Las Vegas to yeet. So if you want your opinions heard by WWE, internet's not good enough because everybody complains on the internet. Go out there and spend the money, because the people spending the outrageous prices for the tickets, for the merch at WrestleMania weekend, they're going to be yeeting. Okay. Besides, I have been pitching this idea that Gunther, I think Gunther's gonna have another world title reign, because I don't like how this world title reign has gone. It hasn't been horrible, it hasn't been bad, but it's not been as good as we know. The Intercontinental title reign was legendary, fantastic, absolutely, and put Sami Zayn over the freaking moon. When Sami won last year at WrestleMania. Yeah. Gunther needs to lose, because that's only going to make him get stronger and get better.
Good point, Bama. Good point,
Jesus
Bama.
Christ, the comment almost threw me off. But can I piggyback? Jesus. Can I piggyback right off of something Grun said, and I can give my opinion too? Because I agree with something. But I think I know why. So Gunther, I agree, his legendary IC title run is going to go down, obviously, in history because of the days, but let alone that, like, he put over guys along the way without even having to lose. It was one of the best IC title reigns ever. I agree his world title reign hasn't been up to the same par. I think that's twofold. One, we're comparing it to the IC title reign subliminally, whether we want to or not.
Yeah.
And there's no way of climbing that hill again. It's not going to happen again. But second, look at the contenders Gunther has had. A lot of the main event guys have been kept away from him. Punk was kept away. Drew was kept away. Roman's kept away. Cody was kept away. Rollins was kept away. All of these people were off in their own stuff. So who does Gunther have to face? Who is there to build up the Gunther title reign? So I agree, Gunther's going to need another run at this at some point. But I think losing it to Jey here is way better business, because a loss from Gunther here is not going to hurt him in the slightest. He has looked like a monster in this feud. He has looked like Ivan Drago is an excellent comparison.
Ooh.
He has looked murderous, and he's looked murderous for months now.
Yeah.
Which means when he loses, he's still going to be murderous on the other side of it. But if Jey loses, man, he looks like a guy who can't finish the big one over and over and over and over and over again. At this point, like, he's back down the card. He may as well form up his tag team again, because this singles run ain't working. He has to win.
Yeah. No, very true. He's got to win this one, man. I think everybody, for the most part, once again, is in agreement with this. But you always have a wild card, and that wild card is Josh Joseph.
It's always voice.
It's always voice. What do you think, man? Who do you got?
I got Gunther. Yeah, that's who I got. Yeah, he's gonna fucking win, because you yeet nerds will buy Jay's merch no matter what. So he wins, he loses. You guys are out there. Who cares? So and plus, look, they've already know they can make money with Jay. And when has he ever proven he's main event? Because they did some blood to his brother. Ooh, those are the things that we got to do to get this feud exciting. Come on, Quit being
Voice,
as-
you got
as-
excited about ECW feuds because of blood all the time. So I don't know where you're coming from.
Okay. So
Me too.
yes, you are right. I do get excited for that because they are telling a story with this. But what I'm saying is if your main event, if that's in your moniker, just like this dumbass in the NBA who goes, put on a crown. I'm a king. You've only called yourself the king. You're not the king. Just like Jay, you're not main event. Sorry. Sometimes everybody there's positions in life that we all fit, and sometimes yours isn't at the top. I've learned it. You can learn it too. Gunther's going to win. Jay's going to continue doing what Jay does because all the nerds get around Jay and they buy his shit. They're selling merch. They're selling stuff off of him no matter what they do with him. So I don't know,
you say
man.
no matter what they do, but I just don't agree with that. That merch sale is going to go down if they lose faith in the man. That's how baby faces work.
That is why Cody had to win last year. That is why Jay has. That's why Jay has to win this year. Like you, at some point, because they ran into that problem with Jay going after the IC title.
Yep.
Because he lost the IC title match opportunities like 3 times before they finally gave it to him, and the pop was insane. I don't think they're going to make that same mistake. I think his merch sales have gone up since Royal Rumble. Since this feud, like his merch is through the roof.
So you're telling me the Marks bought the stuff that they put out for the Marks to buy?
Like you don't turn your back on money.
Well,
and I think there's more money.
You guys are in this thinking of the old guard. Yep. We are in the new guard. Things don't have to go the way that it went back in the day. And I think that's exactly what we're coming up with Jay. And Jay's going to be the sacrificial lamb for this for what I'm saying. So
what do you mean by new guard on that front? These are tried and true tactics that have worked for business, let alone wrestling, in business in general. If you lose faith in a product, people don't buy the product.
And you can't have, like, the man got his brother beaten to a bloody pulp in front of him. In wrestling mythology,
let alone gotta get your payback. In mythology in general.
Just in general. Like,
if the movie ends with Ivan Drago killing Rocky,
right?
I ain't going back to watch the next Rocky.
No,
they ain't gonna be in the next Rocky.
Exactly.
He died in the ring. If he dies, he dies.
I usually don't like to say someone has to win.
I don't.
But either. Jay has to win. Like there is no other way around it.
Maybe
we're definitely gonna see, but we got to throw it to our man, the producer of the show, Hypocrisy Jones, Jey Uso or Gunther.
I gotta agree with my family right here. Not everyone can get comeuppance at WrestleMania, but that does not mean that I am picking Gunther on this match. I think the right move is Jay. I think everyone knows this. Everyone is behind this, and this is not a bad thing for Gunther. This is a good thing for Gunther. Now he can go after, the number 1 belt in the company. And yeah, I said it because nobody fully cares about the World Heavyweight Championship. Give that second tier belt to Jey Uso. Let him get his moment, and then Gunther can go after the Universal title, whether it's in the hands of John Cena or Cody Rhodes.
Man, I just think it's just the right move now for Jay to win. It is. And with Gunther, he's going to benefit so much from the adversity because Gunther's always been such a winner. Ivan Kelly
it would have been.
No one would have watched that movie. Everyone would have thought it was a laughing stock and there is no Rocky franchise. It's dead.
I don't know. I think we got to make this movie now.
I think we got to do a remake here.
Can we make this movie?
Revamped it. Creed came out. That's the extension of Rocky.
Well, yeah, Creed Rocky didn't die. He got his ass beat by a domestic abuser.
Oh my God.
Well, we all can't have fairy tale lives, Jones.
I don't know.
You guys are crazy, man. Crazy.
I don't know what I say.
I don't know.
But getting back on track here, Jey Uso, I think he's going to win the World Heavyweight title. They're going to be yeeting in Vegas. I mean, and Gunther is
They want
is
that
going,
crowd shot.
Yeah, they want that crowd shot. And Gunther.
The bigger question is who Jey Uso's entrance. What rapper is going to be doing his entrance? That's the question.
That one didn't go well.
What do you mean it didn't go well? Everyone loved Travis Scott.
I didn't say Travis Scott. I said Lil Wayne.
Oh, well, yeah.
I remember that one. I remember that.
Maybe
one.
not Lil Wayne.
And and trust me, I
got no hate for Wayne, but that just wasn't it.
Let's pull like a 2 Chainz or something. I don't know. Like
I like Lil Wayne, but it was
Snoop.
Rough.
All right,
Snoop would do it.
We can do somebody else. We're always seeing Snoop and everything.
Because Snoop is the shit.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like someone different.
You're anti-everyone,
a lot of options on one of the window lickers.
You need somebody that's not that is definitely big in the music industry, but not someone that's going to take away from Jey Uso's entrance.
I think that's big. I
send out Wu-Tang Clan. I'm still on Wu-Tang Clan.
I'm on Jelly Roll. I think Jelly Roll.
I would love some Jelly Roll yeeting.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. All right. Jelly Roll would be cool. All right, y'all. All right. So, man, we are like 2 hours and 20 minutes into this podcast already.
Yeah.
And I knew this. I had a feeling this was going to happen. So what I want to do is I want this to be, if we can, try to find the time to make this a 2-parter. We got a big episode next week that's going to be going down right before WrestleMania Night 2. So everybody's got stuff to do, and I want to make sure we get them off on this Sunday. So we still have one more match to talk about. That's the triple threat match: Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. And I know that we're going to need time for that one. Like I said, this could have been like a 4 or 5 hour podcast. So I think it's just best to make it a 2-parter. But before we get to that main event, before we jump out and do that, we still have a discussion to be had with that as well, with our Bracket Mania Challenge winner. But before we get to the last match and our Bracket Mania Challenge winner, we're going to take a quick break, pay some bills, and then when we come back, we are going to talk about the last match. We're also going to have my son, Elijah Wan. He's going to give his WrestleMania predictions real quick, and we'll talk about all that on.
Hello, everyone. It's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others. Hello, everyone. It's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
What's going on, household? It's Elijah in House from IYH, and this is my WrestleMania 41 predictions. Starting off night 1, we got Jey Uso versus Gunther, and honestly, I gotta go with Jey Uso. I think it's time for him to win the World Heavyweight title. I think it's only right. The next, we got Jade Cargill versus Naomi, and after this extended period of time of being injured, I think Jade Cargill should win. Then we got Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I think it's time for Tiffy to cement her reign and retain. Then we got LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I'm gonna go with Jacob Fatu. Then down the line, I think him and Solo are gonna have a match because I think that's what it's leading to. Then we got the War Raiders versus New Day, and I think it's time for New Day to just get the titles and just refresh the Raw Tag Team division. And then we got possibly match of the weekend. Two legends, El Grande Americano and Rey Mysterio. Man, I'm glad that they didn't make this a mask versus match, man. Because if they did, I mean, it would just be obvious. Cause like, you don't just do that major disservice to El Grande Americano and unmask him. So I mean, obviously he would win that match and Rey would have to get unmasked. But in all seriousness, I think Rey Mysterio is gonna win. Might lead to the unmasking of El Grande Americano. I still don't think it's Chad Gable though. But then we got Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I think I gotta go with Seth Rollins. I think he might leave with Paul Heyman too. So yeah. Then starting off night 2, we got Randy Orton versus To Be Determined. I think honestly, whoever he faces, he needs to win because that's just how it is. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in the Sin City Street Fight. I think Drew McIntyre needs that win because of how much work he's been putting in. I think they need to excel him to the title picture after this. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I think AJ Styles needs to win from his return, and obviously Logan Paul can take a loss to somebody like AJ Styles. Liv Morgan or Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. I think Liv Morgan or Raquel Rodriguez is going to win, and Bayley might turn on Lyra. Io versus Bianca versus Rhea. I think that Bianca's going to win. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn versus Dominic Mysterio. I got to go with Dominic. I mean, I think it's time. And then Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I got to go with John Cena to get the 17th. Thank you for watching my WrestleMania 41 predictions. Peace.
Welcome back to In Your House. That was my son Elijah Wan's WrestleMania 41 picks, and I'm going to throw it out there into the household hype. What do you think about his picks, man? Did you think he had some pretty solid picks or not?
Yeah, I think his picks are very, very solid, especially his pick of Randy Orton versus To Be Determined. It's hard to go against Randy on that one. So, but very, very solid picks.
No doubt, no doubt. Voice, I saw you making some faces over there in the, what you think, bro?
Your son always cracks me up, and he's proven that he can get them right too. So sometimes I just love his wild takes, and his explanation of Chad Gable really tickled me. That kid, he's gonna go places.
I love that kid, man. I sure do, man. Grun, what you think, bro?
I mean, I gotta say, I think your son's got a lot of good opinions. I think that he's right that whoever is gonna face Randy Orton needs to win. I don't think Randy Orton needs to win at WrestleMania. I think he has done plenty for the industry. I don't think he needs another win.
Hey, it's going to be crazy to see what's going to be happening, but we got to get to what this is going to be the end of night 1 and the end of this podcast before we do the Bracket Mania challenge, and then the winner, and then we have those thoughts put out there by the winner, Mrs. Voice. We have the main event of night 1, which is going to be really great. We already heard my son's picks as far as who's going to win that one, but I want to get the panel's picks. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, WrestleMania Night 1 main event. Aaron, who do you got, bro?
We have talked about confidence picks, confidence scale.
Yes, sir.
I have about a -50 on this match.
Woo.
Because if you were literally pretty much every scenario that you would give to me as far as who's going to win and how they're going to win and why, I could be like, yep, that makes sense to me. And that is when you know a feud has been built up perfectly. This has been the best build of the card by far because there's so much history there. There's so much history that you can play into. I mean, there are so many theories on this match, and I have 100 different theories on it. I'm going to enjoy being there and watching it because I'm literally having no idea what the hell's going to happen.
Oh my God.
My gut tells me, my heart tells me CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
My heart tells me CM Punk. However, I'm going to go with a popular kind of conspiracy theory. I think Rollins goes over and leaves with Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of been that's really gained traction over the past couple of weeks.
Yes, sir.
And especially with the whole, you owe me a favor now from this past Raw where he didn't stomp Heyman when he could have.
Mm-hmm.
This is so intriguing. Like,
so good.
I have negative confidence in that pick, but I'm gonna pick Rollins. But I would not be surprised at any outcome of this match. It's gonna be phenomenal. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm Aaron. I'm totally with you on the fact that this match is going to. Everything, the match is going to hit, the story is hitting, the build, everything. Like you said, everything has just been picture perfect leading up to what deserves to be a WrestleMania main event. I mean, and we've discussed on the show tradition, title matches ending the night. What is actually the WrestleMania main event? Is it night 2? Is it just the night 2? And listen, I think we all have had this discussion that the main event is a vibe. It's a energy. It's what you carry with you. It's how you carry yourself. It's how much people you can get paying attention to you to sit down in those seats and watch you do your art. And I think
Money
that
matches.
exactly. And I think that this has been a testament to that. But I got to give it to my man, Austin. Who do you think is going to get it in this big main event? CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns.
So my heart tells me it's Punk. He needs it. He doesn't need it, but it would be really nice if he got it. And then my head tells me you got to continue to acknowledge your tribal chief. I mean, why not? It's Roman Reigns. How many WrestleManias are we at that Roman Reigns is close to show with the pyro going up in the air? He did the one I went to. And then it's that little conspiracy theorist that's like, man, what if? What if Seth does go out with Paul? That would be amazing. It would be amazing. So I think I'm going to stick with Punk, though. I think the heart wants what the heart wants, and I want CM Punk to walk out.
I love it. Hey, I like that. That's what we hear. This is what wrestling does. It pulls at all kinds of different, strings and whatnot. And sometimes in wrestling, you go with the heart instead of the mind. Sometimes logic ain't always a thing. Well, we talk about, how things work in wrestling. Of course, you got to tell it the right way and tell the right story, which, logic. But then just like Grun and Austin's love for John Cena, sometimes the heart just want what it want, bro. Most definitely. Sometimes you just got to go with what you love, where where you've had that love at. And I think that's most definitely something in the mix. And I brought up Grun because he's such a Cena fan, but we're not talking about Cena, bro. We're talking about the main event of night 1, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Who you got?
I gotta go with Seth freaking Rollins because I believe, because I've been seeing it and it's like, yeah, Seth or Paul Heyman, he's turned on almost everybody that he has ever managed, and that includes CM Punk.
Yeah.
So, and more than anything, It's really because I just want to see Raw after Mania, Seth Rollins music hits, and we see him and Paul Heyman walk down in the most obnoxious, most annoying suits, and they are dancing. And it just the greatest 3 minutes. I want them dancing for 3 minutes to really piss off the CM Punk fans. And it is just going to be one of the greatest things to ever witness in WWE history.
Okay, all right. Seth Rollins, like you guys are saying, very popular theory, and it's right there. It's right there for the taking. They've set us up real easy with this whole, I could have stomped your head off, but now you owe me a favor. Nice and easy setup. Like we've been saying on this show, easy to digest. We all see the writing on the wall. But, you know, I talked about logic and ways of wrestling. I'm going to throw it to a man that always knows how to make some logic and turn some things into some good shit in wrestling when we discuss it with him. Kevin, who you got? Main event, night one, Punk, Rollins, Reigns.
I mean, it could go any way, like Aaron began with. But I'm trying to think about future business. I think Rollins needs to win the most out of all three of them.
Yeah.
And the reason that is not because he's felt like an afterthought, because he's felt like a threat the whole time, but it has felt more like it's Punk Reigns. Not that Rollins hasn't been involved, because he has been. But I think Rollins sneaking away with a win while they're, messing each other up, I think that makes sense. Whether it's with Paul or not, I think it'd be stronger with Paul if that's the way you want to go. But I don't think it needs it if you don't want to do that too. You can do a whole other thing with Paul and Roman and that severing ties or whatever. Doesn't have to be Rollins. But I do think if I'm looking at future business, either Punk or Reigns has got to be one of the top contenders for if Cena wins the title. He's got to run back basically dream matches throughout the year to defend that title. They don't need that win to go into that feud. They have history with him. Rollins needs it more to come out of it because I think Rollins ends up heel by either the end of the night or very shortly after Mania. Because you know who does need contenders? Jay. Jay needs heel contenders and someone to bring him up. So it makes the most sense that this conspiracy theory be correct and that Paul leaves with Rollins because that's a ready-made uber heel out of Rollins because the most beloved manager essentially shows his darker side again. And Rollins is a puppeteer, which has always been money as a heel.
Yeah.
If you go that route, I think you have a ready-made heel for Jay. Jay doesn't need a long title reign. Rollins can take it right off of him in 2 to 3 months. Jay has proven he's won the big one. This is all good future business. So I have to go with my head, my heart, and my gut, which is Rollins, because the other two are going to be just fine.
Most definitely. I mean, I'm in the mindset, bro, of Roman has been super, dominant in the WrestleMania main event scene. I feel like it's a big victory for CM Punk to say that he's finally made it to a WrestleMania main event. So that makes, the win a little bit less I need this, because the thing is he's won at WrestleMania before, but he hasn't been in the main event. That's what he wanted. That's the thing. A win would be great, but just being there is great for him. But hey, man, I got to throw it to my man Voice, get his opinion, and this is going to be wild because listen, Voice, you're a huge wild card, and we love you for it, man. I always love that you're always throwing a monkey wrench and everything, and thinking. That's what we like, and speculating. So with this, and the theme of this match is that it could really go any way. So now I got to ask you, bro, who you got in this match? Main event, night one, Punk, Rollins, Reigns.
Well, first, before I dive into my theory, Kevin and Aaron, get your mythological books out and get ready to get pissed off because I'm about to throw a curveball and say nobody wins this match.
Wait, what?
There is a complete disaster.
No hate
happens. Nobody wins. Paul Heyman introduces his new monster who he's managing. And the man is Bronson Reed, who comes back at WrestleMania at the side of Paul Heyman. And he destroys all three of these guys. and then Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman don't show back up on television until May, maybe even June, and all three of these guys just lose their mind until then.
You had me until the Bronson Reed.
Okay. His timeline matches up with his return.
I am not saying not to bring back Bronson Reed in some capacity, but I think I would like that after Mania more to give him. Though this is a nice spotlight. It depends on what they want to do.
Sure.
Overall.
Because honestly, at the end of the day, I wouldn't hate something like that.
No.
Because I know I've called on this show in the past, especially during the time when he was running with the Bloodline, that I would love to see Bronson Reed get managed by Paul Heyman, and just like we got to say that Bronson Reed pick is insane. That's crazy business. And we got Bryce saying if Braun Breaker wasn't champion, that would sound decent, like a good spot to put Braun Breaker in. I wouldn't hate that either. But it's crazy because I was talking about Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman, like when he was running with the Bloodline for that very short period of time when they needed somebody else for Survivor Series War Games, and I was like, man, who would go crazy with Paul Heyman, and it would really help elevate him. And you remember his voice. I said Bronson Reed. And I just think that, I don't know. Once again, speculating, I'm here for it, bro. So, like, if something like that ever happened, if you're talking about something that's going to get my jaw hitting the floor, that will most definitely do it.
If this happens, can we make everybody on here, can we just make a bet? If this happens, everybody has to go out and buy a Joshua Joseph shirt.
I'm down.
Okay.
All right, let's do
I'm
that.
down.
Okay.
I'm down.
And Grun, if you need extra
Hold on.
pennies,
What happens if you lose?
we just make fun
What's
of me.
your
and
collateral?
Yell at me. My heart, my love.
I'm a betting man.
No, we got to be better than that.
He has to yeet for a solid minute on the podcast.
Oh, hold on.
I'm in.
Hold on. I like that too.
We could probably do something at that. Yes, I would do a video as long as we're not getting rid of my man bun or anything like that.
Right,
Yeah, sure.
no.
Can we shave off just your mustache?
You've had that look before.
Yeah, that's my normal look until these stupid fans get in here and call me Amish, and then I get self-conscious. Yeah, you get to the voice sometimes. Sometimes you get to me.
Oh man, I love it. All right. Because we still.
I like
we
this
still
idea too.
He has to buy his least favorite wrestlers merch. Oh,
yeah. So Liv Morgan merch on the way.
No,
I was
boys,
going to say
that's
get that
Ivy
Ivy
Nile
Nile
merch.
shirt ready.
After all
Ivy
that
Nile,
disrespect.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go with that.
All right, Hype, you've been putting up the ones for like the entirety of this entire segment, so I think it's kind of clear. But I guess we'll humor you, bro. Who do you got for the big main event of night one?
Look, man, I would not be doing the right thing if I didn't acknowledge my tribal chief. So I've been like you said, I've been holding my one up for the entirety of this segment just to acknowledge my tribal chief. But as I acknowledge my tribal chief, I know some weird shit is about to happen in this match, and there is no way that Rollins does not come out as the victor. I agree
you
with
just
it.
out there did the watch for the whole segment, bro.
Hey,
the
I'm loyal.
entire segment.
I'm loyal, but real. I am loyal but real. Look, I agree with you guys. It is Rollins' time to shine. The heist. We all remember the heist of the century, where Seth Rollins ended WrestleMania on top as WWE champion over Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman being right there. I see similar shades of this, and I also agree that maybe it is time for Paul Heyman to leech onto, to grab onto a new, fresher number one. So I have no problem with the Paul Heyman Seth Rollins pairing. I think I said it last week, man, that when I was in the chat, that look, bright suit Paul Heyman hits for me. Like designer suits, Paul Heyman, bro. I am all for this. So I always acknowledge my tribal chief. I'm happy CM Punk finally got his WrestleMania match, but he doesn't need a WrestleMania win. If I'm looking at this, Roman has had everything. And I think his next destination may be centered along with Jey Uso in some capacity. I like that too.
Wow.
But I also see in this match another turn that nobody has been talking about. I see a turn in CM Punk coming where he betrays his friend. Because I know everybody loves CM Punk, and this has been a great 5-year heartwarming story with his ups and downs and battles with management, even if they're just sons of billionaires. But CM Punk at his core has always been kind of the plotting, the methodical guy that is thinking what is his next step. WrestleMania is great, but at the end of the day, we know Phil. He wants WWE gold. He wants titles, and he'll do whatever he needs to do that. So I feel like a turn in CM Punk is coming. I know a lot of people have been talking about a Roman turn, and I think that is coming as well. But I think that's coming a little bit later. But I think we see a surprise turn in CM Punk. I love the Bronson Reed idea. I just remember that boy's fucking whole foot snapping at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
and
it was
that
ugly, bro.
Yeah, I showed somebody that the other day, just like, hey, I remember what happened to Bronson Reed. Boom. And like it reinvigorated. Oh man, he's probably out for a little bit longer. Like he Sid Vicious himself. So I mean, I don't know about the timetable on that, but that would be interesting. Yeah, but I can't wait for Voice to have an Ivy Now shirt.
You're gross.
I think I'll just to say one thing, just a little thing. The Punk turn I agree with. And the reason I agree with it, I don't know if it'll happen at Mania, but it's going to happen pretty soon after. The reason I agree with it is because he's always said throughout this feud, throughout any feud, throughout anything, he's not back here for personal reasons. He's here for business.
Mm-hmm.
And that screams to me that eventually we're going to get heel Punk. And he's been keeping those seeds close to the chest. He mentions it every so often so that he can bring it up again. So that when he does something, he can look at the people and say, I told you so.
Waiting for that. I'm absolutely waiting for that out of Punk. Like I think that those that have actually followed the man's career know that is always a possibility around the corner. I agree with Adam here, where he says Punk could run in and kill Cody, possibly turn or force Cena. Possibly joining that. We're waiting for a third member of the Rock's whatever this is.
Faction.
And I know it's speculated third member, like we don't know, like there's been no real like, hey, we're definitive, hey, we're gonna have a third member here. However, man, that is something that is definitely there and looming. And how great would that look as with CM Punk actually siding with The Rock, going through this feud with Cena, like I love the upside down world that could be.
Man,
what if Heyman? That's the third spot's for Heyman.
That's also a theory because Heyman. I don't know if Heyman ever got rid of his Rock cell phone.
Oh, like, second cell phone he had.
The second cell phone. So that's always a thing, right?
It's so much intrigue.
It really is, dude. It really is, like, because now my wheels are turning. It's gonna and just like Royal Paxton Studios said, heel Punk is so much better than babyface Punk, and I think that definitely that's some future business that we can see. Absolutely. Just like you guys were saying. But for now, for me, I just think with what I saw on Monday Night Raw, with the favor that now is seemingly owed to Seth Rollins. And we've seen a lot of different iterations of Seth Rollins and what he's bringing to the table, whether, he's being an architect of the Shield, or whether he's being corporate, or whether he's being a messiah or a visionary and a revolutionary. I think that Rollins is somebody who when I was watching Ring of Honor and remembering him with the Shield, when I saw him, I was like, man, Ambrose, he's such a great promo. It was Moxley, when he was Moxley, great this and that. Then Roman Reigns coming with just this raw charisma and ready to go. And Rollins, likely the best, actually is the best overall wrestler between the three, but it's like, it felt like there was something lacking with him. And I'll say it, I've said it on the show before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. I never saw what Seth Rollins has become. I never saw it for him. I always thought he was going to be a great wrestler, but to see the charisma that he has found in this time is just absolutely insane. And for me all to say that is for me to say this. I think we're going to get another incarnation of Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman picking up this big victory WrestleMania Night 1 and likely positioning him towards the WWE Undisputed Championship title scene. And I've said it from the very beginning, and I'll say it again. I really feel like that this match should have been a number one contenders match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. I think that would just add another layer of urgency to this match. And there are people that will say that, of course, I mean, you could only think that if you're going to win this big match, it's going to be heavily implied that you're going to be the next in line to compete for that big title. But I don't want implied, I want implications. And I just think that would be a nice touch on it. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be Seth Rollins who comes out. He could benefit most from the victory. Punk is happy to be in a main event. I think that's where it's at. And Roman has done amazing things for many years with 9 WrestleMania main events. So I just think it's Rollins. We see a completely different iteration of Rollins, and it's going to be very interesting down the line. Just like this podcast really has been. I mean, such a great panel, and everybody having different opinions, which I like. I like the different opinions. I like the speculation. I like all of it, and it's just been fun. But before we slide out of here, and let everybody get a chance to really just plug away and everything, and hopefully we can get some peeps back and get your guys's, or at least some videos of you guys's giving us your predictions of night 2, and we can add it to next week's episode. We had our Bracket Mania Challenge winner, and this was something I did because I knew specifically we were going to make this episode a big one, and I wanted to have something cool to give somebody opportunity to not only get some in your house merchandise, but also have give this great panel of many differing opinions and experiences in the business a chance to interact with our Bracket Mania Challenge winner and get their thoughts. So without further ado, our Bracket Mania Challenge winner, best score from NCAA March Madness, that is Mrs. Voice Leslie Kuhn, as she gives her thoughts and wants the thoughts of the WrestleMania panel. Here we go.
Well. It's Mrs. Voice's turn to be correct on matters that matter the most to the household. Yes, weekly, you tune in to listen to my husband, the Voice, Joshua Joseph, and see what insane words and thoughts he might have and get correct. Not me. I chose correctly and took the win in the NCAA men's tournament bracket. It brought great pride knowing that when Grun's camera goes dark, he is sobbing knowing a woman stepped into his world and stole the victory from him. Now, my winner's question to the panel and to the household. What has been your favorite evolution of WrestleMania from the beginning until now? And just think, until next year, to be the man, you have to be the woman. Mrs. Voice, signing off.
Wow.
That was incredible.
That was fire.
Fantastic.
You like that, Grun?
Poor Grun.
Run catching strays.
I'd ask what you paid her, but you probably told her, "Oh, you can make fun of a white guy."
Well, she goes,
That's not how marriage works.
she goes, "Who is this Grun guy that I'm talking about?" I'm like, "Don't worry, he's a good friend. He's a little disturbed. He lives in Philly, so this will make his day."
All right. That was our Bracket Mania Challenge winner, Mrs. Voice, and she brought an interesting question to the panel, and I'm excited to hear some of your guys' thoughts on this. She said, "What are you guys' favorite evolution from the beginning of WrestleMania up till now?" Aaron, what do you got, bro?
For me, I think my favorite iteration is WrestleMania going to 2 nights. I think it came out of because of COVID. They did something different because of COVID. But I love Mania being 2 nights. Yeah. I think 4 hours each night. It's perfect. Seven matches each night, in, out, get the show over with. Great stuff. To me, it's the 2-night Mania. I've been a big fan of 2-night Manias.
Yeah, same here, bro. That one's likely going to be hard to top, just because to me it really changed how we look at WrestleMania, and to me it was always a great move personally. But I got to throw it to Austin. Your favorite evolution of WrestleMania?
I think Aaron hit it, man. Like 2 nights. I mean, you could say moving to stadiums or like football arenas. Dear God, football stadiums instead of like the Square Garden and stuff like that. But it doesn't get any better than a 2-night event.
True. Grun, what do you think, bro? Your favorite evolution of what we all love here, WrestleMania?
I think my favorite evolution is that it's just how it's been booked, specifically under Triple H. It's Triple H being in charge. It is just the shows are so much more digestible now.
True. Kev, what you think? What are your thoughts? Your favorite evolution to somebody who's seen a lot of WrestleManias?
A lot of WrestleManias. I was just watching WrestleMania 18 the other day.
Yeah, yes.
And watching that, actually, I think I'm gonna go with a different one. I do love the 2 nights, and I think that was much needed. I'm gonna go with, and we talked about it earlier with production side. I'm gonna go with the video packages, the evolution of video packages, because I can look at these Manias. I go back and watch these Manias, and I don't remember what happened on the Raws because it's been 20 years. Mm-hmm. They put together a video package that tells me everything. And you know what they also have on it? Limp Bizkit's My Way. They got whatever stuff going on. They got me going hype. I still have fantasies of the Survivor Series 2002 Saliva Always while HBK kicks a dude in the face. Like, the evolution of these productions so that anyone can treat this like a holiday and still be in the know going into a match. I can sit there and watch it with, I have a buddy, his name's Nathan. He tends to watch these with us, but he doesn't follow wrestling. He's just like, hey, it's a cool time. We can get together. We can have some whiskeys and watch something. Sure. Just be friends. Me and my other buddies don't have to sit there and explain all the fucking continuities of everything because video package does it for us.
Yes.
It's true.
It's perfect.
So true.
They have it. And that's the difference, because some of the video packages and some of the other PLEs, they do a good job with it. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But the WrestleMania ones hit different.
Yeah, they do.
That's true. That's true. I don't know what else to say because that's facts. Voice, what are your thoughts, bro? Really good WrestleMania question from Mrs. Voice. Your favorite evolution of WrestleMania?
I'm going to say this. I think that my favorite is the fandom of it, because every year it just got bigger and bigger and more people showed up. And now that we're at a 2-night event, especially for this year, for it being in Vegas, I don't I don't think the panel understands how fucking jealous I am of Aaron and Jones right now. Like, here's where my jealousy really goes in, because if me and House could have made it out there, we could have spent an entire week with Sabu and documenting his entire thing. You guys are about to step into a magical wonderland of the WWE, and that's what I love the most about it. That I remember just taking a whole Sunday and just setting it aside for this one event, hearing exactly what you're talking about, Kevin, these packages, and seeing my favorite music being put to it, and it giving it an emotion that just charged through me as a kid. And yet, as a 42-year-old man, it still fucking does it. And it does it for 2 nights in a row. And this, to me, wrestling is the ultimate community. You can be whatever you want, and you have a place here. And that's what I love about it the most, because WWE has shown us that, just like, go back and listen to this whole episode. I am wildly out there with some of my thoughts, and 2 people who are in the industry way more than me have talked to me about it. You know, they're saying, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. They're not beating me down about it. They're just saying, this is the lane that it goes. You know, you can have your thoughts. And that's what I love about it, because we're all just humans trying to get through the day. And once a year, WWE gives us 2 nights now of just pure ability to escape everything, to just love the fact that we're cheering or we're booing or whatever video package you can look over. Like Kevin said, you can look over at a friend and see the goosebumps. They may not even watch wrestling, but whatever they're showing you right then is affecting anybody who steps in front of it. And the evolution that we know of it today as WrestleMania, we can say all what we want about the man, Vince, say everything we want, but without his brain, this does not exist. And that we can separate the artist from the art in this moment for WrestleMania.
Yep.
Beautiful said.
Wow.
Beautiful said.
My God. Yes. Wonderfully said. Great question.
No.
Oh no, we lost him again. Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Okay.
Well, am I here? I'm good.
You're here. Good.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. All right. I got to throw it to my man Hype here. Great answer by Voice. Great question by Mrs. Voice. Your favorite evolution of WrestleMania?
Yo, so first and foremost, my favorite evolution of WrestleMania is a WrestleMania without Hulk Hogan, and I'll share this with you guys.
Oh no!
I saw that a couple days ago. It was great. It's great.
It's so good. I agree with you guys about the packages. I agree with you guys about the themes. Sorry for messing up the order.
It's good, dude.
But I think the build-ups have been some of the greatest things here lately. The fact that I think we're going towards a more story-driven part of WrestleMania, and making sure that like we have actual stories surrounding the feuds, surrounding the fights, surrounding the builds, and with that, the amount of community that also brings. WrestleMania is not just a weekend anymore. It's really just a week. It's a week-long celebration, right? And I'm excited to go to. I'll be in Vegas, but I won't be in Vegas for Mania. I'll be back home for Mania, but like I'm excited to just go and see the city of Vegas and see what they're doing for WrestleMania, see a lot of the different things that are going on. So like I don't know.
I feel you though, because I think it goes. It's hand in hand with what you're saying, Hype, and what you're saying, Voice. And you got Adam in here saying WrestleMania without Hogan is like cheeseburger without sausage.
100%.
Where's the salt?
100%.
Man, Adam, you've been an MVP, bro. We appreciate you being in being in the comments as much as you have. He's an old friend who I've talked wrestling with for years. But my answer, like I said, I think it kind of ties with a little bit of what everybody's saying, but mainly with like voicing what Hype is saying. And like I'll encapsulate it by using one word, and that's electricity. I think that as WrestleMania has grown, the electricity in the air has grown with it. And the reason that we're even doing this show is because of that electricity, because of the love of the speculation and not knowing what's going to happen, preparing for what's going to be a big week. We have friends like Aaron and Hype who's going to go out there and enjoy that and be in that be in that energy. And while I haven't been to a WrestleMania, I can say recently that I've been to a Royal Rumble. And when they brought that energy here to Indianapolis, man, I felt it. I felt it heavy. And I was just like, man, I'm here. This is my universe. These are my people. This is exactly where I belong. And I get a chance to enjoy this thing that I love with so many others that enjoy it too. Something that honestly, there was stints in my life that I didn't have. I always had wrestling, but I didn't always have people that enjoyed wrestling with me. It's like you were saying, Hype, community. And I found that community, and the community is just, it intensifies around this time. And I love it because everybody feels that same energy that I feel. So yeah, I mean, 2-night WrestleMania, absolutely. That's the easy answer right there. Yeah. I mean, we all can agree the 2 nights have been beneficial. But for me, it's the electricity, man. It's just grown in a way that it's wonderful. We're having discussions like this. We're going to have discussions throughout the week. It is going to be great. This podcast was great. We still got night 2 to do, y'all. So hopefully we can get some of our guys here to shoot us some videos. If not, join us for that episode. But we got a big episode next week as well. This is part of 2 weeks of In Your House that we're giving you big Sundays. But hey, also, we're going to be taking part of Pod Mania. That's going to be something big that is going down. And that's just a perfect segue to give it to my man Voice. I'll give you a chance to plug anything that you want to plug, bro, for sure. But also tell us a little bit about Pod Mania and some of our viewers that are in here right now so they can kind of follow that.
Yeah. So Pod Mania is an idea created by Nick Teradero. He is friends that we do shows with, and who's been in our chat for about the last couple months. He's a really good entertainer. He has a show out there on Friday nights, Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. Him and his wife do a great job out there. I love being in their chats. And
I was in their chats the other day.
Great thing about them is they have a call-in segment of their show. And if you show up and you participate, I guarantee you're going to love the love that Nick and Nikki send back to you from their show. So go check them out. They're great people. Also, we have Mikey. He is you know what? This dude knows his stuff when it comes to wrestling. I'm really thoroughly enjoying checking out some of his stuff. So go check out Mikey out there. We're all getting together. They're going to be on our shows. We're going to be on their shows. But the whole thing is the love of WrestleMania and the love of streaming and podcasting that we all share in this circuit. And we're trying to grow a community. We're trying to get bigger and better things out there. Speaking of bigger and better things, right after this, your boy, The Voice, has a moment in which he is going to sit down and try to bring next year Podmania even bigger, because I have a chance to interview to be producer for Sabu's Tuesday night show. So with what we got going on with Podmania, we just want to make this huge. We want to make this big. We want to make this meaningful for the fans. When you think WrestleMania next year, we want your next thought to be, I wonder what the Podmania cast is going to be, because this is going to be awesome. There's a lot of great minds that are involved with it. Outside of that, you can catch me on Monday nights where me, Kevin Calloway, the Chaos Goblin, and the blue-eyed motherfucking villain, Grunmeister, we talk Monday Night Raw, and you don't want to miss it. It is 7 p.m. on every Monday night where you can watch the Bearded Brigade just tear down everything about Raw. We preview it. We give you 3 subjects. Usually the first one is the one I dish out. We say, hey, fans, you want to get a discussion going? And then my co-hosts take over. and they do what they do, and they do it so beautifully. So come join us for a fun time with the Window Lickers and Kevin and Grun and all the family that we're building with IYH. Thursday nights is a fun time. If you like the blood, you like the guts, you like the gore, you need to stop in and check out me and House when we get extreme. It's the ECW Watch Along, and that's 5 p.m. on Thursdays, the new home for ECW Watch Along, because we got to give Grun his little fucking Friday so he can get all this fans. You know how it is. It's just Grun. We love him, but you know, you got to cater to the talent and the blue eyes. And then Sundays is me here with my crew. We are the core four. We do love exactly what we do here every Sunday. We get the household together and we talk wrestling, and we hope you want to come and talk it too. Our guests, thank you guys for giving us your time, the most valuable currency we have on this planet, and you guys gave us 3 hours of yours. I cannot appreciate you more. And anytime you want to come and hang out with the Window Lickers and do some of that fun stuff, shoot me a message and you can be a part of our show. I may not let you get away with some of the nonsense you guys have been saying here, but you know, you'll get some words in.
Oh man, boys.
I don't know, man. I get away with plenty.
Yeah. Trust me, we let Kevin go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Voice, we love everything that you do here in your house, man. I mean, we talked a lot setting this up yesterday and everything, and everything that you bring to the table. We appreciate you, man. And I just know that everything that you got moving, you're a talented producer, bro. So you're gonna everything that you're wanting, I think you're gonna get it for sure. But I got to get my buddy Aaron out of here, man. He's hung out with us for 3 hours, been an absolute trooper, and I love that guy, man. Aaron, where can they catch you in everything that you're doing, bro?
Yeah, I am way behind schedule at the moment, but it's been great. I'm heading out of town, going home so I can get ready to go to Mania. On social media, I am Grider Groove, I think, still on X, Aaron Grider on Facebook. I will not be able to join you guys at all this week for any more podcasting.
You'll be on the move, yep.
I'll be on the move, so I want to give a couple of quick thoughts. I touched on it earlier. I think Bianca Belair wins the women's title with help from Naomi.
Okay.
I think Naomi and Bianca get on the same page. I think that I had something else in my thought. Hold on. I lost my train of thought. The women's tag titles. Liv and Raquel retain. I think everyone is expecting Bayley to turn on Lyra. I'm actually going to go the other way.
Oh,
I think Lyra turns on Bayley.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Lyra turns on Bayley. And then, of course, the main event, Cena Cody. I think there are shenanigans galore, ridiculousness. I think we get a Rock sighting. I think we get a Stone Cold Steve Austin sighting. And I think we get Cody going over. So, and then Cena will get his title later in the year, but I think Cody goes over for the happy ending into WrestleMania. Dominic Mysterio wins the Intercontinental title. Love me some Dirty Dom. Drew beats Damian. AJ beats the fuck out of Logan Paul in what'll be a sleeper match. And I am very excited for Mania Week.
Yes.
Love it. So excited. Really cool this year. When Voice was talking about, community, everybody coming together. My mom is actually going with me to Vegas.
Awesome.
She is not a huge wrestling fan, but she literally said to me, she's like, I want to experience a couple of the things with you that you've obsessed about your entire life.
That's so cool.
She is going to go to WWE World and WrestleCon with me, and most likely going to go to a night of WrestleMania just to share those experiences with me. And so I get a little choked up thinking about it. But it is great, man. That right there is what wrestling is about.
You're damn right. You're damn right. Because I would love. I'm so glad you're doing that, man. And I'm not trying to make it all emotional or nothing, but I would have loved to have that moment with my mom to a WrestleMania, or at least let her see firsthand what I love. So, I'm so glad that you're doing that.
It's so great. And
that's
House,
awesome,
you were talking about the Rumble energy, the Royal Rumble energy. Take that and multiply it by about 50, and you get WrestleMania
sure.
energy.
I bet. I know
and
you're
it's
right.
Vegas, and it's Vegas. Vegas on a Tuesday is crazy. Vegas on a Mania week is going to be insane. I can't wait. I got to get out of here. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
It has been an absolute pleasure. Follow me on social media for all my Mania week my pictures.
I'm going to be checking out all the pictures.
All the stuff. Follow me on social media. I'm going to have all the Mania week stuff. I promise you. So much love, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. He was an amazing guest. Come on and talk to us about night one. But I got to throw it to our other amazing guest that came on our panel, and that's my man, Austin. Where can they catch everything that you're doing, bro? If you can't, if you can't do a video for us, if you want to prattle off your night two, you can go ahead and do that, bro.
All right, let me rattle off night two. So I got AJ beating the shit out of Logan Paul, just like Aaron said. I also have Drew winning. Then I have Liv and Raquel winning because I don't think Lyra needs to have both titles. I don't really know why the main or the mid-card titles aren't on WrestleMania, but that's argument for another time.
We can talk about it, bro. We could talk about it at some point. We can bring you back on because trust me, I got thoughts too.
I'll do it. I was talking to a guy that and I was like, dude, what was the point of you guys introducing this if you're not going to use it? And so whatever, it is what it is. I got Dirty Dom also winning. That's just me wanting to hear the booze. I want to hear it. I have Bianca winning, and with all of our talking and stuff, I'm feeling like Naomi's going to come and win this title for her. And then obviously I have Cena winning. So because it's John Cena.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, it's my childhood hero. Of course, I'm picking John Cena. It could be the Undertaker, and guess what? I'm picking the Undertaker. You know what I mean? Like, you put either one of those in there, and I'm going with them.
That's your guy, bro.
And then as far as where you can find me, I know I'm on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I had to text someone to tell me what my username was because I have no idea. I just go on there and then shitpost and get off. Apparently it is ACowan50. So you can find me there. If you are a Cincinnati sports fan, you're gonna love my Twitter. And then I'm on Facebook, and that's about it. So you can find me there if you want. Yeah.
Hey man, we appreciate you coming on. Yeah, we appreciate you coming on, man.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no, it was fun having you on, and you brought me on to co-stream on Friday. That was fun. Hopefully, we could do something like that again. But most definitely, we would definitely want you on a future episode again to just come on and chat some wrestling with us because that's exactly what we're here to do and exactly what we're passionate about doing. That's why we have such a great circle of creators around us. And hey, speaking of great circle creators, I got to get to my guys who are that great circle of creators that make this show what it is. Of course, I always got to talk about my man Kevin Calloway, the Chaos Goblin. Always bring in he knows the shit, bro. So I always hear and join him talk about it. Where can they catch you and everything that you're doing? And hey, bro, if for whatever reason you can't shoot us a video or come with us next week, you could go ahead and do your WrestleMania Night 2 picks real quick, bro.
I'll pray that I can make the show next week, but if I can't, I'll shoot a video.
Okay.
Or at absolute worst, I'll be on Window Lickers the next night.
So, there you go.
There we go.
I'll just be honest with my picks because I already have them underlined. And for the sanctity of the chat, I'll put it in chat what my picks are so that everyone can hold me to them and explaining why I had them and why they were wrong if I was afterwards. But you can catch me on Instagram at Callaway Kevin. You can catch me on Facebook at Kevin Callaway. I help agent and consult for promotion here. We just had a show yesterday, packed house in the Uplift Bar in Ann Arbor. We had an event there that went really, really well. That's for Divine Pro Wrestling, all women's promotion that went really well. Talented women, take agenting very well, progressing. Love to see it. You can catch me at Frontline in 2 weeks. I will be facing Reedus Atlas. He knows what he did. You can catch me at Lucha Boom and Sanctuary all of Cinco de Mayo weekend, which is May 2nd, May 3rd, and May 4th. The first two being Lucha Boom, one in Detroit at Masonic, and one in Lansing at the Lansing Shuffle, and then at Sanctuary Fight Club on that Sunday, where it is going to be at the Sanctuary in Hamtramck. Otherwise, you can catch me on Window Lickers. You can catch me around. I pop up places. You never know when there's a new thing in production, and we go from there.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. And yeah, like you said, you never know what's new in production for sure. So we'll keep you guys on that cliffhanger. But I got to throw it over to my man Grun, who, once again, like I always say, does a great job for us, giving us his time, 3 shows a week, man. Where can they catch you and everything that you're doing? I'll say you can save your WrestleMania night 2 picks because we know we're going to see you next week. Bro.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are not going to catch me next week, but you can catch me at twitch.tv/Grunmeister. That is Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, where I give you everything that goes down on SmackDown. My picks, the rest of my picks are as follows: Livin' Raquel, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Bianca Belair, Dom Mysterio, and Logan Paul.
That's right. I forgot you got that wedding next week. That's right. So we're not gonna have
wedding. Not the wedding's May 2nd.
Oh, okay. This is Easter weekend with the family.
This Easter weekend. I will.
That's right.
I'll be doing my my Friday show Thursday this week.
Awesome.
So that's done. But yeah.
The world we appreciate around Grun.
Hey, I'm sorry. Okay, my family. We've always done family things. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, we love you, man. Everything that it's your family. Grun loves his family. Oh man, my man Hype, my brother, producer of the show, man. I know you're just kind of hanging out. You just kind of produce the show here, man. But if there's anything else you want to promote, bro, you know you got the floor.
Oh yeah, yo! I just want to thank everyone that joined us first and foremost, especially members that are also in our house call chat. Shout out Adam, yo! We appreciate you. We appreciate anytime you join us. We appreciate all your contributions to the house call and all of you guys that can contribute to this show and to this network of podcasts that we have somehow manufactured together. Man, we really built something out of nothing here at IYH, and man, I love to be a part of that. I love to be a part of this brand and everything that we're doing for ourselves and for hopefully independent and professional wrestling as a whole. Yeah, my name is Hypocrisy Jones, or at least that's what I go by. You can find me right here. If you're looking for me beyond that, fuck you. But like, I don't know. I have a Facebook page or whatever. Go check out my friends at the Kokomo Press. You can see old videos that I've been in and things like that, and check out their new content and stuff like that. But other than that, man, you find me right here at the In Your House party, generally every Sunday, and that's where you can catch me, bro. And you can catch my opinions on and predictions for WrestleMania Night 2 next week. And I'll tell you what I did in Vegas.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that, bro. I guess what happens in Vegas is not going to stay in Vegas when you talk about it next week. But hopefully you have a nice, safe trip and everything. Everything.
Things I don't talk about can stay in Vegas.
Oh, you nasty.
You don't even know. So
we never know what this man is gonna do. But I will say this: I do appreciate each and every one of you. I really do, man. I mean, to give me your guys' time like this, and I knew this was a long one, man. So that's why we wanted to kind of break it up into 2 separate episodes, because we kind of saw the writing on the wall with this one. But in all seriousness, man, thank y'all for real, because without cats like y'all, there ain't no In Your House. It's just me, trying to carry an entire podcast on my back by myself, which I don't have to do anymore because I have an amazing group of creators that come and give their time and make stuff big. You know, thank you to our Bracket Mania Challenge winner, Mrs. Voice Leslie Kuhn, who came in and really had a great thought. Just came and whooped everybody's ass at Bracket Mania, and it was awesome. Your hoodie is on the way to you, ma'am. I made sure that you got it. So most definitely. But every last one of y'all, man, just, you know, I appreciate y'all for real. Deeply appreciate y'all for everything that you guys bring to the table and all your guys' opinions, all your guys' thoughts, keeping everything just entertaining and informative, which was always the point of this show. That's why, you know, we always have, I'm proud to say we have so many different perspectives, whether it be a fan perspective or somebody with years in the business or somebody from a referee's point of view, somebody from production's point of view, somebody from an in-ring standpoint, producer standpoint. That's what this podcast has been built on, is an open forum for everybody who loves this. And that's exactly what it's become. And I'm damn proud of what we built and the people who we built it around. As far as me, you guys know where I'm going to be at, right here doing my thing and in your house with this amazing group of creators that I get to create with, and proud to push them out there and let their thoughts be heard. Like Voice said, Podmania, going to be big. Super excited for this one. If you think this one is big and everything kicks off like I think it's going to, wait till you see what Voice and Nick and everybody who's kind of got their hands in it are trying to put together for next year. But this is going to be a great foundation for sure. 3 shows from different coasts that are going to be talking about WrestleMania. It's going to be great. Next week, we're going to be part of that. That's going to be on the 20th, and we're going to have some great guests coming on. We're going to be talking about WrestleMania Night 2 and then reacting to what happened in WrestleMania Night 1. So it's going to be next week going to be really, really good. I'm excited for it. But guys, this is why we do what we do. We got here to WrestleMania because we know that it's about to be one of the greatest weekends ever, and we're going to enjoy it just that much more because we put in the work. And that's HOWSE, and that W stands for work. So once again, thank you to our great panel of guests, Aaron Greider, Austin Cohen, and of course the Chaos Goblin, Kevin Calloway, for the Chaos Goblin, Kevin Calloway, for the Voice, Josh Joseph, for Hypocrisy Jones, for the Grunmeister, and for the entire team here at In Your House. I am Alakon, the Concept House, here to tell you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day. Happy WrestleMania week. Enjoy the rest of it. It's going to be great.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Rumpus in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke.